CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Good evening and hello everyone, and welcome to the CMSportsNet Football Game of the Week. It is Week 8 and we've got Liberty taking on Westminster in another big Carroll County Athletic League clash. I'm Pat Stetzer from CMSportsNet, sitting alongside longtime county football coach Mike Coons. Quick thoughts on the good matchup that we're probably going to see tonight between two really good teams in the county.
Absolutely. You have the Owls who are on the roll. They've started the third week of the season. You have Liberty, who just got stung last week by South Carroll, who's got to have one of the most schizophrenic seasons in history. But you don't like that wounded animal in the corner.
No,
so
you don't.
I think we're going to have a good go.
Me too. Time for a quick break to hear from our sponsors, but don't go away. We've got some more pregame coverage coming right up for you. The CM Sportsnet Game of the Week coming right back.
Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Welcome back, CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. Pat Stetzer and Mike Coons getting set for Liberty and Westminster for Reeve Field here in Week 8 in the Carroll County Athletic League. Let's talk about this matchup for just a moment. We'll start with Liberty. Liberty's 4-3 overall and 3-1 in the CCAL. The Lions battled South Carroll, like Mike said, last week into overtime before falling 34-28, and that handed the Lions their first county loss of the season. Still, Liberty brings plenty of talent into the game on both sides of the ball. We'll get into that a little bit as the game gets set to kick off. Meanwhile, Westminster 5-2 overall and 4-0 in county play, winners of 5 straight, like Coach said. The Owls cruised past Century last Friday, and they can now clinch the county championship with a win tonight against a team they've dominated in the all-time series. In fact, Westminster is 15-3 against Liberty over the last 18 games. We had a chance to chat with both coaches earlier this week to talk about the matchup, so let's see and hear from them and hear what they had to say. You're going to hear from Larry Luth from Liberty and Chris Basler from Westminster.
What is one thing you were working on with the team this week to prepare for Friday's game?
We have to take care of the ball. We turned it over too many times last week. We put ourselves in bad situations and didn't take advantage of field position by turning the ball over. So we really want to work on our ball security.
I think we've really focused on the last couple weeks, playing consistent football, on both sides of the ball, executing. This time of the year, everyone's trying to play their best. And, especially when you play a team like Liberty, the last several years, the games come down to one play or two plays, and you never know which play that's going to be. So for us to be able to try to come out on top, we really need to try to play our best football for 48 minutes.
They execute their game plan phenomenally. They run the football, they throw when they get numbers. They're well coached, they're big, they're disciplined, and we have to find a way to stop the run this week.
I think they do a lot well. Coach Luth does a great job. They consistently get better throughout the year, every year, and it's particularly looking at them offensively. They have a lot of great receivers, and they're very explosive. And trying to slow them down is going to, give us a big challenge, and one we're going to have to try to meet. And at the same time, offensively trying to keep up and score with them. It really needs to be a complete team effort for us to try to win this Friday.
Thanks to Josh Davis of CMSportsNet for giving us the interviews between Liberty's Larry Luth and Westminster's Chris Basler. You hear the coaches talking about how to prepare for the matchup. And by the time you get to week 8, Coach, and we talked about this already, you know each other pretty well. Not know each other, but you've already know what the other team has done. You've seen the tapes. You know the guys back and forth, and it just comes down to who's going to execute better on the ball.
You're right. I mean, early in the year we said, it's week 2, week 3 before you know what you have.
Yes.
Well, now you know what you have, and you have a pretty good idea what everybody else has too.
All right. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the team stats ahead of tonight's game as both teams come into this looking for a victory. Westminster 5-2 and 4-0 in the county. They won last week 35-7. 90 points allowed for the Owls, and I think it's just 19 points allowed in this 5-game win streak as the Owls take the field. Some players to watch ahead of the going back to the team stats. All right, let's go back to the team stats and check them out again as the Owls take the field here and get prepared. There they are. So you got the two top offenses in the county too, Coach, with 172 points for Liberty and 150 for that. That 90 points allowed. If I had a telestrator, I'd circle that number for you right now. And just 19 points given up in the 5 games. Speaking of defense, players to watch: Kevin Kern, Liberty senior linebacker in the middle of the line defense. And Xavier Howard, the stats aren't huge there, but he's going to be looking to make some plays tonight in that defensive backfield because, as Coach Bowser says, Liberty likes to throw the ball a lot. So look for Xavier Howard to try to make some plays back there with the rest of his Westminster defensive back mates. The football standings, and we'll be coming up here in a second, and we're getting ready for the coin toss here as well. It's homecoming here at Westminster Ruby Field. Westminster in their blue jersey. There's the football standings as of going into week 8. And then you see there, Westminster wins tonight. They clinch the county championship because everyone else would have 2 losses or more with just 1 game to go. A Liberty win keeps the Lions very much alive with their game next week against Century. Some big games this week as well. Century taking on South Carroll. FSK facing Man Valley. Winners Mill has the lone out of Winners Mill has FSK has the lone county game. Man Valley's got FSK. Man Valley's got Winners Mill. FSK's got South High. I know a game that's close to your heart.
There you go.
There it is. FSK and South.
Go you Rebels.
Century and South Carroll in this game, and then the Man Valley at Winners Mill.
That's a tough pick for me between Key and South High.
I know. That's why I brought it up. You always bleed Rebels, right?
Yeah. Yep, pretty much.
And there's a guy you know very well, Chris Basler, head coach of Westminster in his 6th season. And he's done a heck of a job as he's come in here for
I don't know how much of it is my place to be proud of Chris, but I'm very proud of him.
You can be proud of him.
He just was, as I mentioned previously, just a fantastic young man to come through the program at Key. Went out and represented the school well at West Virginia, and now represents football well in Carroll County.
He sure does.
It's his job here.
Yep. Coin toss about to go off there at midfield as the captains and officials gather at the blue W on the field for the Ruby Field decked out for homecoming here. Pretty good crowd settling in. And we're getting set in another minute or 2 for the national anthem, and then we'll have kickoff just after that. Westminster won. It looks like they're going to defer. So that means the Lions should get the ball here first. And, Coach, we talk about, you know what you are at this point, and we've seen both these teams already this year a couple times. They like to run the ball, but they're not afraid to throw it either. And I think maybe somebody's going to pop a pass at some point here that could flip the field or keep a drive going. I think those are important plays as we get ready to watch this game.
With the Owls, you're going to get power, you're going to get counter, and if that's working the way Coach Basler is, they'd run power every play.
Sure.
And but they certainly don't need to.
Right.
And when you start creeping up, and when you start being a little concerned about, key that guard, and all of a sudden the ball's over your head by 20 yards. And Liberty's long, for the last several years, been a very productive aerial team.
We'll see how it unfolds, but first, Westminster Marching Band will give us their version of the Star Spangled Banner. national anthem, courtesy of Westminster High School's marching band, and we are just moments away from kickoff here, Week 8 in the Carroll County Athletic League. As hard as that is to believe, next Friday, your first day of November. This is the last weekend of October, and you want to be playing your best football at this moment, and there's still a few things to be decided. Everyone makes the playoffs, but there's some playoff seeds that can still are in the balance with these next 2 weeks, so there's still plenty to play for here before the playoffs begin.
Yeah, and the seeding particularly, if you're one of the top 4 of your 8, you get a home game.
Right.
I mean, that's very beneficial.
Yes.
In the 2A, in our region, there's only 17, so if you get the top seed, you get the week off.
Sure.
So you get 2 weeks of practice and a double look at your 4 and 5 adversaries.
Yep. Wintersville benefited from that last year.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Playoff win against Williamsport. So there's some games this week that really can determine those 4-5 flipping of the 4 and 5 seeds. So plenty to be decided. But here we go. We are set for Liberty and Westminster. Al kicking off toward the scoreboard side of the field, and we're underway. Looks like Kevin Poole, number 7, taking the opening kick. Nice return. Taken down, tripped up. He got past the 30-yard line, so a good start for Liberty. Led by senior quarterback number 12, Chase Miller. There you see his numbers, 78 for 170 for 1,174 yards and 14 touchdowns on the season. And Liberty moved the ball well last week against South Carroll, but it just became a back-and-forth game that, like you said, they got stung by the Cavaliers in overtime. And I know Larry Luth will have his guys thinking about that game a little bit here and try to get a little bit back on the winning track.
Yeah, you want to think about it, then but you want to forget it too.
Hot pass intended for David Akinboye, just a little high, a little strong there on 1st and 10. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line.
They come out in 4 wides, what commonly or many people refer to as an ace formation. 2 wide receivers, 2 guys in the wide out in the slot. Now they got 2 in the backfield. But that's a standard passing formation.
It's a give to Poole. Got initial penetration, but then Westminster gobbled him up pretty quick. Actually, maybe a yard. Looked like 25 Gabe Lee coming up from his linebacker spot. He's one of the top tacklers in Carroll County, and just a 10th grader there, number 25 in the middle for Westminster. They'll bring up 3rd and 9. The Owls break the huddle pretty quickly. Poole in motion as Miller looks over the defense. Miller over the middle, incomplete. Tough pass. Intended for Akinboye, and that is probably going to be a quick 3 and out, and a good job there by Westminster's defense.
Very nice job. 4 guys run the patterns, 3 of them run an out pattern, so you figure you're trying to thin the middle out a little bit. There were at least 3 Owls around the ball, so they weren't biting.
Ryder Hecox is back to punt for Liberty. Looks like Canton Rudders on the near side and Jack Hitchcock on the far side of the field were the return men for the Owls. This was a problem last week in overtime, but Hecox did a good job there gathering the snap. Gets a good Lions bounce, and it looks like that's where, so not too bad. It goes drop dead at about the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. That's where Westminster will take over, and junior quarterback Rory O'Connor.
Very fortunate to get a 36-yard punt out of that after the bad snap. He didn't hit it real well, but then he got the good bounce. And then I've mentioned in the past, because everybody's so spread out, that the tackling's become a little tougher. Fielding kicks has become an issue with a lot of teams, and that if ball hits the ground, you're giving up yardage.
Now Westminster struck early last week against Century, and they're going right back to the run, but a nice job there. Tackle made by 44, and I think that's Kevin Kern, yes sir, the junior linebacker. So this is how Westminster started last week, and this time Century was unable to get the run game stopped early. That time Kevin Kern did a great job wrapping up the ball carrier. It was Jack Hitchcock on the carry, and a great game last week for Westminster in that 35-7 win. And there you see Westminster starting offense. Just a gain of 1, so 2nd and 9, pardon me. And O'Connor back to pass. Ooh, nobody home. Looked like he was trying to get it to Braden Troop, number 21. That's incomplete. So they'll bring up a 3rd and long. Getting the jitters out here early on here.
I was going to say 5 snaps in, and it's obvious that the defense are cranked up and on point, and the offenses are still
stuck in the
reaching.
mud.
Yeah, reaching a little bit.
Yep. Liberty's defense has played well this year as well. O'Connor claps the hands, gets the shotgun snap out to the out pattern, and making the catch on the sideline, out of bounds, Isaiah Sprinkle. Tough catch, would have been a great catch from Sprinkle.
Yeah, that one was just a little wide.
And so that'll be a 3 and out. So both defenses, like Coach Coons just said, hold serve. And now the Owls will punt. Jonah Rohrer and Kevin Poole back to receive. Westminster looks like they're in the max punt protection there. That's Troop. He gets a good bounce. And that's down at the 30-yard line. So special teams battle through the first few minutes of the first quarter. And back on offense is Liberty.
Again, a 41-yard punt is a nice high school punt. And the punt itself only went about 32 yards. And, you know, I was not trying to be critical of young men not catching the punts. That one you couldn't have caught. It was too far up.
It's also not easy.
No.
Not an easy task.
No, not at all.
So Liberty's second possession begins at the 30-yard line. And there's a give to Poole, and again, swallowed up by Westminster's defense. Drake Kehoe in the middle there. Go ahead, Coach.
You get that jet sweep action coming to the Owls' left. You hope they commit to that, and then you counter back to the right. They weren't buying it.
Nope. The fake to Akinboye and the give to Poole. And Poole had a great game last week as well. Scored, I believe he had 3 touchdowns too for Liberty. 1 through the air and 2 on the ground. So a couple of good running backs in this game here tonight. He sends Sean Case in motion, the tight end. Chase Miller does, and now he'll get the shotgun. It's a toss to the left side. Oh, Poole was there, but so was Westminster's defense.
They motioned into trips and then ran to the trip side. You're trying to get a number, and into the boundary also, so you're trying to get a numbers advantage to the sideline. And again, the Owls just blew it up. A great individual effort there on defense.
I think that was 6. Noah Pasley, who is in place of Isaiah Taylor, one of Westminster's top defenders on the men this week, not playing, and so Pasley steps in, and that's a loss of about 6.
That's an excellent defensive play by Pasley.
3rd and about 16. Miller goes up, and going up to get it is Tristan West. That's when you need a bailout. You got a guy like Tristan West there, number 0. Not a bad outlet.
Warfield on the coverage, and he got turned around a little bit, and nice timing as he's trying to recover his sense of position on the field. Receiver was able to get up and make the grab for the first down of the game.
So instead of 3rd and long or 4th and punting again, 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line now are the Owls, or excuse me, the Lions. Oh, almost intercepted, trying to get it to Riley Wickline. In and out of the hands of number 4, Westminster, Xavier Howard, who we mentioned as our players to watch earlier in the game. There's a flag on this play. So let's see what the call is here. Not sure if he bumped the receiver early.
It came out like it was interference, but I don't think that's the call. It might be ineligible downfield.
You were right. They will push. Westminster will accept that penalty and push Liberty back. Back to the 39-yard line. Be 1st and 15. Miller still in the shotgun. Let's give to Kevin Poole, who are trying to get around that left side, and Westminster is not making it happen.
Nice job by the inside backers, clogging up things, slowing it down so the D-line could get off blocks and make a tackle.
It was Pasley again there, I think 6. Shedding that block. Max Grosslinger, 52 for Liberty, and Pasley got around him. So 2nd and 11 now, so they got a couple yards back. Pass again, Miller going down the far sideline. Akinboye, ooh, almost hauled it in. Good coverage there, some hand fighting, but no flag. Akinboye didn't like that call, but I thought that was pretty good defense by Westminster. It looks like 18 out there. That's Canton Rudders if it's 18. Liberty trying for some home runs early. Oh, we got a flag again. So it wouldn't matter anyway.
Like a hold.
2 flags in the backfield, and yes, they decline that.
Take the 3rd and 11.
Yep, decline the penalty. Oh, wait a minute. Coach Basler's saying I think maybe he accepted the penalty. I'd push him back. I think I'd push him back.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he changed his mind, or there was miscommunication there, so.
Yeah, that's a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, from the spot, too, which was back in the backfield, so that's going to be much better than 3rd and 11 if you're Westminster. If you're Liberty, it's not so good.
Not so good. 2nd and a mile.
Yeah, that's
20 couple.
20, yeah, exactly. They got to get to the other side of the 50, the 46 to get a first down. Now it's still 2nd down, 2nd and 21 according to the scoreboard.
Good job by the underneath defenders, the corners and the linebackers. They're kind of forcing Liberty to go deep. They're not giving them anything underneath.
Miller going to try it again. He's got West. Ooh, West had to play defense on that play. Raheem Warfield, number 3.
Nice job by Warfield.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
West turned into a defensive back there. They were trying for the height mismatch, I think, but Warfield, great job at number 3 there for Westminster.
You want to run belt buckle to belt buckle with the guy as far as you can. When he turns up, looks up for the ball, you look up for the ball.
And I mean, West is a mismatch for almost everybody out there. And Warfield, this is no knock on him, but he's given up some inches there on that height mismatch.
If you can stay in the guy's,
hip pocket,
in his,
yeah,
front pocket even.
Front pocket, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, his belt. Make sure his belt and your belt are about the same. 3rd and 21 with 7:32 to go in the first quarter. Miller going to drop back and throw again, and they are trying to go deep. Now it's into double coverage and almost caught by West. That was Warfield and Hitchcock. And
nice job when they take him to the middle of the field that Hitchcock comes off and doubles him right away. I mean, they had him sandwiched. That would have been a remarkable catch. Almost was.
I was going to say, West got his hands on it, but credit the 2 defenders. Oof, yeah, he did turn his body pretty well. That's some good athletes in that trio of players there. So another punt. It'll be Hecox again, number 9 for Liberty, and I think it's still Hitchcock and Rudders back deep for the Owls. A little better snap that time, and he
didn't handle it.
Didn't handle it. The low liner does get a good bounce. Looked like Timmy Johns from Westminster broke through. I see him coming off the field here, 77. And he'll disrupt the play or two. That's definitely for sure. It didn't get blocked. I think he just sort of mishit it. Yeah.
Mishit it.
And he was fortunate to get a good bounce.
It was a good snap, and he mishandled the good snap, and I think that threw his kick off. I mean, that's pretty much a timing operation. Probably not as much as a place kick, but still.
Pretty close.
Got 28 yards out of it, which is not a great kick.
Not disastrous, but yeah, this will be
disastrous.
Right, this will be Westminster's best field position here on their 2nd possession on offense. 1st and 10 from the Owls 39. This is a give to Kason Doan, number 15. He pushes that pile. He's got about 8 yards on 1st down, so a good run, making 9 yards. And that's what they did last week against Century with Doan and Hitchcock back and forth early in that game.
This is a great play call situation too. I mean, you got third and a little less than 2. You can take a shot. You can play action.
Right. With
or you can just run it and get your first down.
Exactly, knowing that you're going to have a good chance to come back and get it on 3rd and short. And I think they did get the first down. So
pretty close.
Right at the midfield stripe. That was Hitchcock. And that'll move the chains for the first time for Westminster. Right at midfield.
So now you get the trips look this way. Spread out.
Nobody on the right side.
Hopping back the other way. That's hopping motion. I love that.
Ooh, Austin Safran. Oh, and there's Kern again. Give Austin Safran credit there. Liberty number 15. He blew that up before Kern got a chance to get in, but great job by Kern to stop that play before it got going.
So we talked about the power and the counter and the fact that both teams can throw the ball, and so far defense has been the star of both sides of the ball.
That's the way it goes in these games sometimes. Second and we'll call it 12. There's a toss to the near side.
Egregious hold. Got away with it.
Didn't get called, and the play didn't go very far. That was Hitchcock again. Got back behind inside the sticks, though. We'll call that an egregious hold that didn't get called, Coach Coon said.
That was double arm bar right there.
A little wrestling move.
Watch if 15 stays in the film here. Look, whoa, oh man, do-si-do.
I don't know, I didn't see it.
You weren't the only one.
And we're way up here. Anyway, it's 3rd and 9 from the 49 of Liberty. O'Connor drops back. And breaking that up, incomplete. Stephen Puckett, number 8, leads the team in interceptions, and that's how this first half has gone. The first quarter, pardon me. Been some 3 and outs and some good defensive plays. Could break up some good passes.
Excellent defensive plays. Really impressed with both defenses. Not exactly what I expected to see. You know, I mean, I don't know if I really expected a track meet. But,
no, I agreed.
But I thought they'd be up and down the field a little bit.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. But yeah, I didn't expect 50-49, but I expected a couple scores.
And the defense, I mean, good scheme stuff and good individual plays.
Punt again, good protection from the out. This is the best punt so far, and a fair catch is made by number 4, Jonah Rohrer, senior slot receiver, return man, and this will be the field position game as won right on this punt anyway by Westminster, as Liberty starting at the 20-yard line, its own 20-yard line, with 4:42 to go in the first quarter. CMSportsNet Game of the Week live from Ruby Field.
So again, a sub 30 punt at 29 yards.
But it does sort of flip the field a little bit, right?
It does what you wanted it to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if there's been any offensive advantage, it's slowly but surely the Owls are getting a better field position.
So far, that is the case. Miller, slant pass caught. 35, Riley Wickline. That was a nice pass, a nice hook up there. Yes. Between Miller and Wickline. That'll get them about 8 yards on first down.
And now they're in the same situation the Owls were. They have a pretty much open playbook down in distance.
Right, and just to try to get that offense going, you just want to move the chains here early. You want to score, of course, but the offenses have been a little kind of stuck in neutral here, so any of these plays move the sticks like Westminster did on their last drive. That probably got it, but that's Poole not going very far.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, perhaps, or at least, no, you're right. They're going to spot him shy, just a yard there to the 29, so it'll be 3rd and short.
Al's very stout up front. They've shut that inside stuff down.
Is it hard? Is it hard, Coach, to sort of shift game plans on the fly sometimes? You're going to keep going to the well there. You're going to make that play work if you're Liberty. That's the goal, but you don't want to go too many times. Right. Get behind the sticks, right?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, if you have an idea of what you want to do, but you have to recognize that if it's not working.
Well, that's working. That's Kevin Poole who broke free, and that'll be a nice big run there for Poole and a first down. up near midfield. But yeah, I just wondered like how much you're gonna. It's not what we call it panic, but you're gonna say, hey, that's not working right now. Head coach says, let's go away from that play for a little while.
Yeah, it's not even go away from the play. It's go away from an idea or something conceptual.
Sure.
But like you said, you don't want to do it too soon.
Yeah.
I mean, you break a couple, and all of a sudden, maybe you're just beating the wall, and you get a crack, and then you go.
Right, which is what just happened on that play. And a flag flies in from the backfield, and I think it's going to be a false start on Liberty.
And there was a good individual effort as well. He was caught. He was to gain 2-3 yards, and somebody's got him by the ankle. Well, the other plays, they were getting guys by the whole body,
right,
and thumping them. So he was able to break free of that tackle attempt.
Yeah,
and get a first down.
Right, that's at least double-digit yards after contact there. He had gotten the first down. It was only a short way to get it, but he got all the way up to midfield. Of course, now they backed up 5 yards on the penalty, so it's 1st and 15 from the 45-yard line. Out here to the far side goes West. He makes the catch, and he's just inside Owls territory. So they get the penalty yards back and plus 1 more. Gain of 6.
And the way the game's unfolded so far, even the little penalties, I don't know that there's such a thing.
You don't know there's not such a thing.
No, I don't believe in that. But
the 5-yard variety,
the 5-yard penalty really sets you back because yards are the premium right now.
Right now they are, absolutely, as we're getting close to 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Akinboye goes in motion. Instead, we're going down the far sideline. He's got Tristan West, and he makes the catch. This time, Warfield could not keep up. Warfield lost his helmet, but West caught the ball, and that's all the way down inside the 10-yard line.
Got away with a little bit of a push off there, but again, I'm entitled to my space. I mean, you can argue that one with the coaches and the officials all you want. They didn't call it, so it didn't happen.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. So the first big play of the game goes to Liberty. That sets the Lions up in the gold zone. They stay to the air. That was a low pass intended for Akinboye. Canton Rudders was on the coverage there, so I'm not sure if Akinboye had caught it and turned, he would have gotten into the end zone, but it falls incomplete. 2nd down.
And you have to go with something quick here. If you're going to go with your quick out and try to run it in or a slant, as we saw Key do here a couple weeks ago.
Correct.
But because the only good thing for the defense being down here is you don't have to defend a whole lot of space, and so you can kind of crowd people up a little bit. So if he doesn't get it out quick,
it's a tough place to run the ball here too, because like you said, how Westminster has been bottling up the defense, but they're going to go for it here. Poole stood up initially, tried to spin around to the left, no dice. Give some credit there to 22, Franklin Bryan III. He's a 10th grader making that tackle. And now Liberty's at 3rd and goal. It seems like, the novice viewer might say, oh, they only got to go 5 yards, but it's easier said than done. When you're
down there, most assuredly it is.
3rd and goal from the 5. Miller drops back. He's got pressure. Avoids 1 man, and he finds Kevin Poole out of the backfield, and that is a Liberty touchdown on 3rd and goal. Good pressure by Westminster rather, but Miller avoided it, and he found Poole for a 5-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, not being able to bring that pressure to any kind of fruition for the defense. Now you do have an issue. While you don't have the depth to cover, you do have 53 yards of field back and forth to cover.
That's true.
And that's hard to do for any length of time.
So Jonah Rohr is the holder. Ryder Hecox is the kicker. This was what they tried to do, and when they last did this, they fumbled it a little bit, and it cost them in overtime, and Hecox gets the PAT. So this time it's pure for Liberty, and with 51.9 seconds to go, the Lions have the first points in this game. It's 7-0. Nice drive by Liberty.
8 plays, 80 yards.
Nice job by Miller, too, to avoid the pressure and throw it across his body, but also Poole, I mean, that's a veteran play there. Come out of the backfield, hold your hand up to the quarterback. I got the sideline as my guide, and he found the end zone.
Yeah, they both knew where he was going.
I think you're right. So, there will be no shutout if you're a Liberty fan in the first quarter here. We weren't expecting the 7-0 overtime that we had here a month ago against Walkersville. We weren't expecting anything like that, but we definitely had a defensive struggle through the first 11 minutes of this.
Yeah, that was a lot of pushing and shoving for 7 points.
Set up by the nice catch, though, the big long pass and catch by Tristan West. And that's a great kickoff that sends the Owls back inside their own 5, but they will return it. And strung out along the line there, maybe the 15. Looks like they are going to spot him right around the 15-yard line.
Which is the Owls' worst starting position.
It may have been Jacob Devilbiss, if I've got that. 19, yeah. Is that 19? Hard to see. Yeah, I think that's 19. Jacob Devilbiss is sophomore. A lot of sophomores up here on the roster, and definitely a handful for Liberty as well. So the young guys making a name for themselves at the varsity level here.
15-yard line. They left 3 from 10 from their own 15.
Well, and again, as we've mentioned before, the injuries that start to accrue this time of year, opportunities for young guys.
How about that play by Liberty? Stringing out that run.
That's the power, and it got nothing.
Logan Tasker, 77. Senior, one of the anchors of that line, did a good job to stop that. Cason Doan was the ball carrier, 15. That ball was, was wiggling there a little bit, but good job by Tasker. Liberty's without their starting center this week. We mentioned the injury bug, and Coach Mazur told me a handful of guys who are going to be week to week, and Isaiah Taylor, one of them, and Ryan Dunn on the line. So there's some guys out right now. And look at this play. Blown up there. Tristan West playing some defense. They tried to swing it out. They did swing it out to Cason Doan, but that went backward. And Liberty is going to end this quarter with a pretty good defensive role right now.
I think this is film study right here. They've seen this. They've seen this.
I mean, he sheds that block like it was nobody's business, and that's a 7-8 yard loss on second down. So the first quarter comes to an end. Liberty has the lead, 7-0. They scored late in the first quarter. They have a 7-0 lead, and will flip ends and start the second quarter with Westminster facing a 3rd and long. What stuck out to you the most that first quarter other than the defense?
Well, I mean, the big plays that turned the field for Liberty. I mean, they were.
Yeah.
I was thinking down here they're going to have to punt again, and they broke the run.
That's true. It was
and then the long pass, and then I thought they were going to end up kicking a field goal down here, and they found the receiver on the scramble.
The running back out of the backfield, Kevin Poole. Yeah, you're right.
Keeping the pass plays alive. Nobody's run the ball particularly well
yet. Not yet.
They had the one run, but it's Liberty throwing the ball, which is no surprise.
Right.
So that was just a well-played. That was a nice chess match of the first quarter.
Yeah, it was tight, just a couple penalties, and Liberty comes away with it having won the quarter since it's 7-0 Lions, and they've got Westminster pinned back inside its own 10.
And they need a play here. 3rd and a bunch.
Oh, yeah, 3rd and about 16. O'Connell getting pressured. Ooh, O'Connell, ball comes out. His knee might have been down, but O'Connell goes down. And he's back inside the 5, and now we got a Liberty player down, and that's not what you want to see. And he's holding his knee, so let's hope he's okay. That's Tasker. We just talked about him a second ago. Good pressure here was West again for Liberty, getting in the backfield. O'Connell tried to split the 2 defenders. Yeah, I think his knee is down inside. Yeah, I think the knee was down before the ball came out. And then unfortunately it looked like 77 got rolled up on. Here it is again from the high view. He's out of the end zone. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he's down. It looks like he's down.
That's the goal line right there.
The ball was out forward, I guess. Okay. But you're right. The knee. You're right. The knee. Well, there's no reviewing in high school, so they're not going to review it. But let's see. You may be right. The knee might have been down. He's down. I mean, I guess you got to decide where the ball is, right?
Yeah.
But he's down. There's no fumble. It's fourth down there. They're now inside the 1. At the 1. So, wow, Liberty changed the momentum of this game right here with a couple plays on defense.
And the field. Look at the field you have now. We were saying the Owls were having the better of the field position. Now you get a not particularly good punt.
Yeah, you got a bit of a moon ball there, and that's going to be right around the 25-yard line of Westminster is where Liberty will start on offense. So the Lions.
So the Owls' worst punt of the evening.
Here's that play one more time. It's just knees down. I mean, again, we got a great angle.
He may not have the ball at that point. He may. I mean, that may have been.
Yeah.
That's a fumble.
Right. Westminster recovered it, but they marked him down at the 1. So.
Okay.
Either way, it's 1st and 10 Liberty at the looks
25.
like the 24. They're going to officially call it. Yeah. So fantastic field position for the Lions. And the give is to Poole around the right side. And Poole does get some plus yards there on 1st down.
And that's their version of the power. Just wind that guard around. Center blocks down. Right guard blocks down. Left guard comes around. You get up behind him.
Talk about defense. Westminster, 2 yards rushing, 0 yards passing through 1 quarter plus that drive right there. So, not the best. Miller trying again. Down the middle, too far. Good coverage by Westminster there.
Excellent coverage. Yeah, they came out with the trips. Had all the 3 of those guys covered. He was looking for the backside guy running the deep post.
And that was Xavier Howard again in the back of the end zone there for Westminster, number 4.
Yeah, that was closer to intercepted than it was caught.
He was already out of it, but yeah, nice job there. It was a good run on 1st down by Poole, so it brings up a 3rd and about 4.
Now, again, I don't know how strong Liberty's kicker is, but if you're 4th in this, you're probably going to, take a try for it rather than the.
That's a false start. Yeah, I thought Miller. That's a false start on Miller. You don't see too many of them. But
no.
He sort of lurched back in the snap. And that's a false start. We'll back him up. That hurts a little bit. You say it's a 5-yard penalty, but now you're going from 3rd and 4 back to 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9.
And again, Reiner Hecox is the kicker. I know he's kicked a couple field goals. He's been true with this one. This will be a long field goal from here.
Yeah, that's a 42-yard field goal. But if you can take 2 tries at it, you don't necessarily have to throw it here.
That is true. Oh, almost intercepted by Westminster there again.
Now you do.
Akinboye was right close to the goal line along the far sideline, but the pass was toward the sideline, incomplete, and now it's 4th and 9, and you're in a little bit of no man's land here, so I would say Liberty's offense stays on the field.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's what we're going to see here.
I don't think you're going to see a 42-yard attempt.
They got to get,
not in this game.
Correct. They got to get to about the 14.
2 receivers each way, ace. What the young man in the backfield does. And he's just staying in the block.
Over the middle. Oh, he had Akinboye incomplete. Threw it a little bit behind him. There is a flag, but it's back in the offensive backfield.
Called 77 for holding. I think he must have grabbed somebody and thrown him down. It was the pantomime the official
okay,
just did.
Yep. Well, good to see 77 back in there because that was a young man who was injured. And that's turnover on downs. They declined the penalty, so no matter.
Well, nice job by the Owls fighting off a bad situation.
Absolutely.
Now they get the ball out around the 21, which is not great, but
better than being down
giving
2
up
scores.
more points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Have it out about the 23.
Fakes the handoff. This is O'Connor. And that's a nice play call there. Tackle made by Jonah Rohr, but not before Rory O'Connor.
Fooled the crowd, fooled the camera.
Luckily, it was right in front of us. It didn't fool us. gain of 9 for the quarterback. And that's how you can sort of get a little bit of that breath. Okay, now we're second and short.
Second and short, and you're back to where you're in command of what happens next.
We fooled the defense a little bit on that play. Now they got to think about that play later. So nice job execution there by Westminster. Troop goes in motion. It's going to be a give to Troop on a sweep. And he does get around the edge. He's got the first down, and he gets knocked out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. So 2 nice running plays there for Westminster.
Yeah, they're up in the middle of the field now, out of the shadows.
So 1st and 10 for Westminster. Pass over the middle. Ooh, incomplete. Troop was the intended receiver. That ball had some mustard on it.
I was about to say, I think the Owls have had the better of it of late, at least running the ball. You know,
I am a little surprised that both teams haven't stuck with the run a little bit more than that. Now, the defense has been playing well, but that last drive for Liberty, you know, Poole gets about 6 yards on first down, and they go pass, and fourth down incomplete. So now they hit a pass, and then what do we know, right? But
I think the Owls are controlling the line of scrimmage a little bit right
I think
now.
you're right. Oh, ball was down, and I think Liberty fell on it. That was a mishandled handoff, whatever you want to say. That was Hitchcock and O'Connor, and that is a fumble and a turnover. And so, wow, Liberty responds on defense with the first turnover of the game.
And again, that's that option style handoff. You put it in, now is he going to pull it out and run? He's trying to pull it out. Well, I don't know what he was trying to do, but that's the problem. Neither of them knew. The running back clamps down on the ball, not as tight as he would on a regular handoff. So if the quarterback wants to pull it out, if he doesn't pull it out, he clamps it and runs. If the back can't tell what the quarterback's trying to do, the ball ends up on the ground.
And it did there, and I think that was 22 for Liberty, Justin Herbert, who had the fumble recovery. So again, the Lions starting in Westminster territory, and that it's going to be a hold, I think. And Chase Miller's going to run, and he's going to run out of bounds and maybe get the first down, but it's not going to matter, I don't believe, because
he was just getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Tasker going to get a call here, 77, I think, for a hold, and that is the call. So he will, and that's a big one since it's back here behind the line of scrimmage. Spot foul in high school, so. Pushing him all the way back to near midfield. Well, actually, about the 47 or so. So big penalty there, first down.
Still first down, but
first down.
A little bit more than about 21 to go.
Yeah, I guess it was right around the line of scrimmage, so about a 10-yard penalty. I thought it was behind, but you're right. First and a long way. Miller will take the snap. He's trying to go deep. That ball was tipped and should have been intercepted. Those are the toughest ones sometimes, Coach.
It's almost like you have to fair catch it.
Jack Hitchcock usually has the good hands, but that one got. And now let's see. Oh, I need a trainer on the other side, so they're calling for the athletic trainer to head toward the Liberty sideline, and she will get over there, Miss Emily Dudley. But that was deflected at the line of scrimmage. That's fair game. That's what would you call that in the hunting world? A duck that was on its way down, right? And
but the problem with that when it's like that and it's just floating down there, your eyes get bigger and your hands get smaller.
Of course, you can't wait for it to come down, right? It can't come down fast enough.
You're already thinking about what you're going to do
in the end zone. Instead, it's second and long.
Good pressure by the Owls.
Yeah, I was just going to say, nice job by the Owls to bat that ball in the air. Now they're going back to the air, and Miller completes it. And that's a first down. Riley Wickline slips out of the grasp of the Westminster defense, and that's a nicely timed throw and a good catch by Wickline. That's twice now Liberty's done that. That's a long, second and long situation, third long, and the good arm of Chase Miller and the good receivers pick up big plays.
He put it right on him, but he was wide open. I mean, just somebody lost him in there on his cut.
1st and 10 at about the 15. So 2 big pass plays in this first half have gotten Liberty in position. And that one's dropped. Miller trying to get it to the sideline.
If the Owls fight off this possession, then then Liberty's got to start to question themselves a little bit. But if they get in here and score, then obviously the pressure's all on Westminster.
Miller just 6 for 16, not the greatest efficiency there, but he's thrown for 115 yards and the touchdown.
He has been off a couple, and
he's hit the big ones.
Yes.
That one was dropped by Wickline. And we got to stop here. Stoppage of play. Let's see. I think they were adjusting the line of scrimmage there. So 8:30 remaining in the second quarter. And that one is caught and a touchdown. He was in the end zone.
Right in the corner of the end zone.
David Akinboye, 15-yard touchdown pass, and Liberty takes advantage of the good field position.
4 plays, 37 yards. Clip, clip, clip.
Didn't let that holding penalty hinder their drive.
No. This is
nice job by the Lions.
Pressure on the Owls now. They have
absolutely.
To
they haven't faced a situation like this in many weeks.
That's correct.
Being down by this many points.
But I will say they do have the track record for being able to get back in the game.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Ryder Hecox is pure, and with 8:20 to go in the second quarter, Liberty 14, Westminster 0. So you had that bend, don't break sort of attitude. I know Jack Hitchcock's going to be mad at himself for dropping that interception.
Yeah, there you go. They had the turnover. They had it gift wrapped.
Liberty makes them pay. I just noticed him come off the sideline, frustrated with himself. And Coach Basler coming over to talk to him to give him some words of encouragement. But you want to be the one that makes a big play like that, and he's upset with himself, and I get it. Especially in a game like this, big stakes here. We'll let Westminster trying to wrap up a county title, Liberty trying to stay alive in it. And so far, the Lions have gotten the better of this game.
Yeah, just about the time I thought, and was foolish enough to say, I thought the Owls were taking control of the line of scrimmage.
Well, they were. You weren't wrong, but that's what we've seen Liberty do a little bit this year, too, to some success, is make those teams pay with their passing game.
Yeah, they do have a little bit more of the lightning strike ability, I think, which, again, for me is a reason for the Owls to maybe grind it out a little bit more. Don't let them have the ball.
Good kick all the way back to about the 5-yard line. And this is Isaiah Sprinkle, and he's upended inside the 20. So good special teams work there by Liberty as well, and they're fired up on the far side here at Ruby Field, and rightfully so, with a 14-0 lead in this game. But like Coach said, and he's right, didn't take much for Westminster's offense to strike. And they haven't yet. Liberty's defense is a big reason why.
They're out about the 18 or 19, so you're right, they didn't get out to the 20.
Didn't, and of course last time they punted from inside their, basically in the end zone, up against the end line. It's a handoff up the middle, and there was some positive yards there. Kevin Kern again from Liberty in on that tackle. Also gives some credit to 55, Danny Nelson.
I was watching Danny Nelson warm up, and the linebackers were over here doing it. He knocked one of his own guys about halfway out to the track.
He's a little fired up for this one, huh?
Keep an eye on that guy.
Well, we just called him for making a tackle. Another handoff here, and there we go. That's for Westminster anyway. Right up the middle and a big run for the Owls. That's Jack Hitchcock trying to redeem himself a little bit there.
Yeah, he's running with a little bit of anger right now, I'm sure.
All the way to the 41-yard line. And Nice run there by Jack Hitchcock.
Yeah,
Nice.
nothing fancy. That's just a dive.
Made some guys miss. He was knocked off his feet by number 5, Colin Martin, for Liberty, but not before that big run. We saw this earlier. The Owls got up to midfield, and
yeah, this is where I think they have an advantage. I think you might see him stay with, and this, I think this is Coach Basler too. I mean, we've seen him in years past gather the kids on the sideline, and basically you couldn't tell what he was saying, but the result of it was we're going to just bang the ball up in there.
And they did it.
I think that's the message that may have been delivered here. And I'm not saying they should never throw it again, but
sure. Westminster still looking to complete its first pass, and I think that's it right there. And that's close to first down yardage. I think it looks like they're going to mark it. Well, let's see. Might have pushed him back just enough. We're going to move the chain. So the first pass completion is good for a first down, and now the Owls have a little some rhythm on offense.
Yeah, I have them with one just before the end of the first quarter, but not for many yards.
Okay.
And when you're trying to get your quarterback a catch and get your receivers,
sure.
that's the quick out's a good way to do it.
Yep. And to boot, you get to move the chains there. So nice job by the Owls. Just inside Liberty territory. And they want Braden Troop, and that was a go route. Oh, nice defensive play. Troop had him beat. Charlie Frothingham came back, number 2, and made the play on defense for Liberty. The throw was a little underthrown there. Looked like his Troop had him by about 3 yards there to start that pattern.
Should have gotten it out even a little earlier. Seemed like he double clutched that one a little bit. Throw that sooner while he was open.
Ooh, Troop got both hands on it, but Frothingham was right there. You see number 2 for Liberty.
It was a nice job.
It was.
Nice effort by both guys. Excellent defensive play.
Back at it again. Look out. Down goes O'Connor. Grosslinger knocked him down, and Danny Nelson falls on it for Liberty. Another turnover goes in favor of the Lions. Great pressure there by the Lions. 52, look at that double team. Max Grossinger, bang, right from behind. O'Connor, you can't fault him there, and Danny Nelson at the midfield falls on it. Wow, Liberty is playing some defense tonight.
Yes, they are. Yeah, very impressed with their defense. And again, grind it out. Grind it out.
Yeah, they almost wanted to go right to that play again, that last pass that they should have, well, not should have had, but they thought they should have had, and Liberty knocked it down. They went back to it again. And that time, Westminster does a good job on defense. That's Austin Safran with the run. And big 75 for Westminster. David Girding, junior lineman, said, no thanks, loss of 2.
Yeah, a bit of a Green Bay Packers 2-guard look there. They didn't get the seal on the seal, though, but that's it.
Yes, no seal and a seal here and a seal here. I know the player you're talking about. Girding comes off and takes a breather. That pass is out, caught by Akinboye. He makes a couple guys miss and gets a first down thrown down, but not before he gets down to Westminster's 41-yard line, so almost a first down there.
If they're going to throw that little out in front of you, then you have to make the tackle. If you give them that quick catch and then they get yards out of it, that's like a double loss.
Akinboye is a speedster for Liberty, like Isaiah Sprinkle is for Westminster, and good things usually happen when you get a speedster out in the flat like that, Coach, and that sets up third and very short now at the 41-yard line.
Crucial defensive series for the Owls.
This is Safran. He's got the first down. Bang down, though, just inside the 40, but that is good for a first down. And all right, I thought somebody was slow to get up, but Grossinger does get up for Liberty, 52. And it's 1st and 10 now at the 39 for the Lions.
Nice inside blocking by the Lions that time to do a show of their power.
Yeah, because these are 2 powerful lines here. You you were telling the truth earlier. Westminster was sort of had that line of scrimmage, but now the Lions have found a couple cracks in that time. Westminster walls up there on Safran, number 15.
Yeah, the Owls need to stop. I mean, there's no way around it.
They definitely do.
The worst thing for them would be to have the Lions grind down the field and score with next to no time on the clock. That'd be a double whammy.
Right. Pardon me there. I hit my microphone. I saw John Okiti, number 69 for Westminster. He's in for one of those injured regular starters, so a nice job by Okiti there to help bottle that play up. And it'll be 2nd and 9. Fakes the handoff to Poole. Miller. Wickline got taken down. No flag is thrown. Incomplete pass. Xavier Howard on the defense. I think you got away with one there, Coach.
I'd like to see it again. I thought he just came over top, but we'll see.
See if we get it. Yeah, it was before. Maybe. It's hard to tell there, but Wickline didn't like it, and Howard wanted the interception. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't see him put him on the ground. I mean, not saying he didn't, not saying he did.
Sure. Either way, it's 3rd and 9. With 3:28 to go. I don't think anyone's taking a timeout on either side yet. Akinboye goes in motion. Miller goes down the middle. He's got Tristan West near the goal line, and they go deep again, and they hit it again. Tristan West down to the 1-yard line.
That's just an excellently thrown ball. Right in stride, right on his hands.
He knew exactly who he was going to, Coach. He didn't have to look anybody off.
Yep.
And West goes right down. It looked like he was down at about the 2, but it looks like they mark him down at the 1. So 1st and goal at the 1. And 3rd or 4th time now that the Lions have gone for broke, essentially, and they've won. And now let's see.
Oops. We saw Key do this a couple weeks ago, and nothing good followed.
They didn't score, if memory serves.
Exactly. Jumped offside and then threw an interception.
Yes, they did. This is going to be a false start on the Lions, push them back to the 6.
Still 1st down, though. Still in the driver's seat.
Sure. Tristan West, 4 catches for 107 yards so far. And Miller's up to 178. Courtesy of our stat guys here tonight, Bob Blueball and Ron Compton helping us out. Fake the toss. He's got a man.
He had him.
Miller's going to run for it. Boy, he did have 17. Sean Case. I don't know if he just didn't see him or thought he'd get around the edge. He did gain some yards on that play. They got back down to about the 2.
Yeah, he throws that ball right now. He's got some. I don't think he.
Either didn't see him or thought the defender was closing.
Yeah, I don't think he liked the angle he had by the time he got it delivered.
It's a tough one.
Because, I mean, he's right here, so that's good.
I mean, they got positive yards out of it.
Yes, and it was good awareness by the receiver. He turned back to block, and then did not block anybody illegally. So
it's a good thing. 2nd and goal from the 2. With a flag in the end zone. An interception in the end zone, but hang on. There's flags all over the place. There's one back at the 5, and there's one in the end zone, so hold up. Didn't see who picked it off. Is it, well, Westminster's celebrating.
I think they were both on the offense. We saw the gentleman who was coming out of the defensive backfield point towards the offense.
Intercepted in that far corner of the end zone. Boy, we just sort of willed that to happen. We weren't trying to make that happen. No. We talked about the FSK game. False start, interception in the end zone. Same thing happens here.
It is.
So they're giving it to Canton Rudders right there.
Yeah. It was, they called a chop block.
Okay.
Here, I don't know what the other one was, if there even was two. But again, great job of the Owls. They had to get a stop there, and they did.
Mark that down for later and see if how big that play will be late in this 2nd quarter. touchback was in the end zone, or excuse me, the interception was in the end zone. So touchback, and there's some pressure here. He dumps it off to Hitchcock. And the speedy Hitchcock makes a couple Lions miss, and Jack Hitchcock gets it all the way up to the 45-yard line. That was almost disaster for Westminster. Instead, the Owls flip the field a little bit, and Hitchcock gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
And if you want somebody to run wild, this is the guy you want to get the ball to. And again, it's just a little desperation flip.
Yeah, I don't want it, you can have it. And then
missed tackle.
Good job by Hitchcock. Nice block there, too, on the outside. Picks up 10 more yards. And that was a much-needed play for Westminster.
This is going to be
started. Like the receiver's got a little
receiver on our side started early.
A little anxious there, so that'll back him up 5 yards. Five-yard penalty there for a false start. Still at the ball at the 40-yard line. 1st and 15 now. 1:38 to go.
The miraculous turn would be if they come down here and score. I mean, they're looking to go down 21-0, and if they get out of this 14-0, they'll be happy. 14-7 would be just miraculous.
Yeah, you'd be giddy if you're Westminster coming back after the way the Lions sort of.
Plus, you get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, took advantage of those turnovers, but they did. O'Connor, he's pressured again. West pressures him. Nice deflection. Flags fly. Safran on the defense. And there's another flag back at about the 41.
That might be
defensive holding or off.
And I think this is ineligible over here.
Okay, so this might offset. We'll see here. Hang on. So they call pass interference on the defense and an illegal man downfield. Yeah, you were right. So they all plays the penalties offset, so the play doesn't happen. And we try it again.
That'll be offset penalties for Westminster and Liberty. Repeat 1st and 15.
Still 1st and 15 now with 1:28 to go.
Plenty of time.
I mean, oh yeah, plenty of time. This will be O'Connor trying to go deep, and that's intercepted. Kevin Poole. Not sure that pass was quite on the money. John DeVia, I believe, 14 was the intended receiver, but Poole, he sort of ball hawked it from about midfield, or the middle of the field, I should say.
Yeah, this came across more like a punt.
Nice job there by Kevin Poole to stop that momentum by Westminster, and that's the 3rd turnover, if I'm not mistaken, for Liberty's defense.
So really,
25-yard line, yeah. So Liberty dodges that turnover in the end zone, and we got a stoppage again.
I'm surprised at the number of these
false starts
by these teams this time of year.
Okay, right.
Makes it 1st and 15.
So we'll back them up to the 20, 1st and 15. There's a handoff.
Nice job of the Owls' frontage.
Indeed, yeah, that has been their strength in this first half.
Yes.
Liberty's hit them a couple times, but running-wise, there's not much ground to gain so far in this half.
I think that's their strength offensively, too. Again, if they don't come out and grind it in the second half, then they're never going to.
2nd and about 13 now. The clock is running, 45 seconds to go. Again, a handoff to Poole, and taken down, and that's going to wind up being a face mask or a horse collar.
Yes, one or the other.
Just kind of caught him up in that high part. It's not what you want to see. Noah Pasley did a good job making the tackle, just maybe tackled him a little high, and you see Coach Basler clapping, and it obviously wasn't intentional. It would have been a loss, but now it'll be is it automatic first down, or is it just 15 yards? Well, it's going to be a first down anyway, I think. Well, we'll see. And yes, it is. So 35 seconds. The clock should, let's see what Liberty wants to do here. Yeah, it shouldn't start on that because it was a defensive penalty. I mean, Liberty's hit some big plays here. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for it here, and they're closer to midfield.
And Hitchcock's going to be around wherever West is, I'm guessing.
Akinboye.
Nice idea, but
yeah, they tried to make something happen on the far side of the field there.
Owls have been very good at stringing things out. They've been very good at the inside, stopping the inside run. They've gotten beat a couple times on the pass.
Looks like they're going to let this go down to the end.
I think the Owls will let it go down and breathe a sigh of relief. And
I think you're right.
Liberty's content not to do anything foolish here and go in with a 2-score lead.
Right. Liberty's big mistake came down the other end, and then they did turn around and didn't let it kill them, too bad, and didn't let Westminster score. And we have reached halftime, and a little bit of a surprise as Liberty has a 14-0 lead over Westminster here at Ruby Field on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Coach, quick thoughts before we take a break, just what we saw here in the first half. I'm impressed with the way Liberty's handled this first half of the game.
Absolutely. Again, the miscue at the end, I mean, they could have really put Westminster in a bind there.
Yes.
I'm a little surprised the Owls are not looking to run the ball a little bit more. They've gotten themselves in trouble a couple times throwing it. And I really think they'll come out and try, particularly since they start with the ball in the second half. I think you'll see them come out and try to grind it down.
Yeah, well, we got plenty to talk about here at halftime and get set for the second half. We'll see some highlights from the first half. We'll take a quick break, though, so don't go away. The CMSportsNet Game of the Week coming right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week. Hi, I'm Pat Stetzer. Each week, CM Sportsnet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance and by Raising Cane's.
My name is Cooper Sheeler. I'm a senior at Winters Mill, and I'm here interning at the Community Media Center. I recently saw this opportunity because I was playing football over at Winters Mill, and I saw the Community Media Center filming and broadcasting a couple of our games. So I thought that was a really cool way to connect with the community, and I really wanted to be a part of that. Pretty much what I do throughout the day is I help with graphics throughout their Game On segments and Game of the Week, and I also help out prepare stats for all the seasons, the spring and the winter and the fall. I update all of those, and I pretty much go around and I can just help out. I can help out at games when they're preparing for a game of the week. I've done a couple podcasts here at Community Media Center. I would highly recommend people come in here for an internship. It's a lot of fun. The people that work here are really nice, and you get to experience a lot of cool things that you've probably never done before.
Every Wednesday at CMSportsNet, it's Game On. Tune in for a look at Carroll County sports scene, boys and girls soccer, high school football, and Carroll Link sports action. Hi, I'm Pat Stetzer. Join me as we preview upcoming games, talk with the coaches, and bring you exclusive reports you won't see anywhere else. Plus, each week we'll unveil CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Don't miss CMSportsNet's Game On, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We've got you covered.
Join us as we honor local veterans with a special all-day broadcast. Starting at 9 a.m., the Community Media Center will feature interviews with local veterans.
You have a duffel bag on your back and your front, and you get the drill sergeant yelling at you. I remember thinking, what did I get myself into?
But you got a Navy Cross.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to get the Navy Cross.
My father volunteered for Vietnam at 18, and he served in uniform for 42 years. We'll actually be burying him in Arlington next month.
They offered me the choice to learn either Russian, Persian Farsi, which is the language of Iran, or Arabic. And I chose the Persian Farsi language because of all the conflict going on at the time.
In some respects, I'm the same guy that joined the Navy in 1979, but I'm a different guy as well.
Gotcha. Hear these and other stories from Carroll County service members on our special Veterans Day broadcast on November 11th.
Halftime. We've reached halftime here at Ruby Field. CM Sportsnet Game of the Week where Liberty leads Westminster 14-0. Pat Stetzer and Mike Coons back. We're going to watch some of the highlights we watched from the first half. And right before we took the break, you know, Coach, you were talking about just how the defense has sort of made names for themselves early on by the line of scrimmage. And that's what we saw a lot of in the first half.
Yes, the difference right now in the game, I think, is Liberty's quarterback. I mean, he's hit the big throws. They both run the ball reasonably effectively. I think the Owls have run it better. I keep saying that, but they insist on throwing the ball,
yes,
and with not near the success that Liberty's had.
Yeah, and here's some of those throws we're just looking at right now. And that was one where Kevin Poole slips out of the backfield and Miller finds him for the touchdown.
Just a heads-up play by a good high school player.
Absolutely, yeah. Poole with the 5-yard catch makes it 7-0 there, and the Lions scored first. And the turnover bug has hit Westminster. I think they had three in the first half. And a good job there. This was probably the best run of the day with Jack Hitchcock getting out of that, you know, not the end zone, but certainly getting out of the negative side of the field. But again, look at Max Grossinger strip sack. Danny Nelson falls on the ball in midfield, kills a Westminster drive. The Lions are fired up. And then Miller finds Tristan West down the middle, almost into the end zone, tackled there at about the 2. Looked like they were going to go up by those 3 scores, like you mentioned. They get a false start, and then Miller, to avoid a little bit of pressure here, looks in the end zone, and a good job there by Canton Runners for the INT.
That was an outstanding defensive play. It could have been beaten early. Ball gets there sooner, but he recovers in good position.
Nice job there, too, by Rory O'Connor just to dump it out, get out of harm's way, and they get the ball all the way up near midfield. But then again, this pass maybe a tad underthrown. Kevin Poole came over from his position and had the interception. So Poole has a touchdown and an interception so far. and we'll see the team stats. It's not the best offensively if you're on a Westminster fan. You're down 2 scores. Meanwhile, not much rushing yards to show for, but the 178 passing yards that you talked about in the first half by Chase Miller, that's the reason Liberty's up by 2 scores.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, I've said it about 4 different ways. I mean, I'm just really surprised at the Owls' lack of production rushing and their just unwillingness to continue to hammer at it.
And the 3
that seems to be, to me, that's their thing. That's what I think of when I think of them.
Yeah, and the 3 turnovers just un-Westminster-like, at least what we've had so far.
Very much so.
Yeah,
very much
absolutely.
So. Again, easy to say don't throw the ball,
of course,
and then you hit one. I mean, you underthrow the ball to West down there, and all of a sudden, what's Liberty throwing the ball for?
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
Yep.
So, I mean, it's easy to judge things by results. I mean, that's.
We had a special Game of the Week broadcast in Week 7. We had 3 games in 1 last Friday, and we had some drama that went right down to the wire in 2 of those games. It was a multi-game coverage broadcast we gave you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights we put together from our broadcast last week.
CMSportsNet brought you a special multi-game coverage broadcast in Week 7 that featured 3 Carroll County Athletic League football matchups, and there was drama down to the wire in 2 of them. Let's start with Century hosting Westminster, and the Owls score first on this 1-yard run by Kason Doan. It's 7-0 Westminster midway through the first quarter. The Owls keep it on the ground late in the quarter and strike again, this time with Jack Hitchcock going virtually untouched for a 55-yard touchdown dash. Westminster 14, Century 0. One play after a Knights punt, Westminster's ground game is back at it. Hitchcock blows by everyone for a 69-yard scoring run. Another PAT makes it 28-0 for the Owls. Century gets on the board when quarterback Jake Dexter finds Quentin Duncan, and the receiver snags the ball for a 20-yard touchdown pass. Knights down 28-7. But it's too much Westminster, and the Owls run away with it. Hitchcock scores here from 1 yard out for his 3rd score of the game, and the visiting team prevails 35-7 to win their 5th consecutive game. Now let's head over to Francis Scott Key, where the Eagles hosted Manchester Valley, and the home team goes for it on 3rd and long. Jacob Etzler down the middle to Colton Feister for a 46-yard scoring strike. FSK 7, Man Valley 0. It stays that way until the 3rd quarter. A long catch by Luca Brown sets up 1st and goal from the 5. And Jacob Reitz finds the end zone to tie the game. 7-all. FSK responds when Etzler avoids a sack and finds Jermaine Dawson from the backfield, and Dawson stretches for the goal line for a 35-yard touchdown. Eagles back up 14-7. The Mavericks get right back in it late in the 3rd. Caleb Hoffman scoring on a 4-yard run. Tied again, 14-all. A huge mistake from quarterback Jacob Etzler here as he overthrows his receiver and it finds the hands of senior Braden Fritz. Fritz makes a house call and the Mavs go up 6 following the missed PAT. Just moments later, the FSK signal caller responds. Etzler drops back into a clean pocket and finds Jermaine Dawson down the left sideline, who is all alone behind the secondary, and he takes it into the end zone for 6. Eagles up by 1 with under 3 minutes to play. On the ensuing kickoff, the Eagles decide to kick it to Caleb Hoffman, and after fielding the ball at the 16, Hoffman goes untouched right up the middle to give the Mavericks the lead right back. 3 lead changes in the span of 3 minutes in Uniontown. The Mavs go for 2 here and get it on this motion toss to the left, which helps Luca Brown get to the edge, and the Mavs go back up by 7. The Eagles have 1 more possession, and on 4th down, Etzler hands it to Dawson, needing just 2 yards, and it appears at first glance that he may have converted, but after further deliberation by the referees, they bring the markers onto the field to measure, and they're just shy of a 1st down by inches, and that will turn the ball over on downs. The Mavericks leave Key with a 28-21 W. Now on to our last game of the evening. SC traveled to Liberty hoping to pull off the upset against the 4-2 Lions, who sat tied atop the county standings. After a good return by Kevin Poole sets the Lions up on their first drive, Miller brings Akinboye across the formation and hands it to the senior, who takes it off tackle for 6. Lions strike first. SC gets the ball and they waste no time in responding. After Anthony Rodriguez rips off a 50-yard run, Caleb Evans rolls to his left and delivers a strike to senior Braden Yeager in the back corner of the end zone. SC up 7-6 after 2 possessions. Check out this pitch and catch from Chase Miller to Tristan West, which gets the Lions into enemy territory and sets up this touchdown catch from Kevin Poole. 3 possessions in, 3 touchdowns. On SC's next drive, Caleb Evans runs a little read option here and pulls it from Landon Hamper coming in motion and darts right up the middle, shrugging off a Liberty defender on his way for 6. Both offenses running hot to start this one. How about Caleb Evans on the ground once again? After SC gets the first defensive stop of the evening, Evans once again fakes the handoff to Davey Snyder and takes it off the left side all the way to the goal line. The Cavs punch it in a play later on this direct snap to Manny Rodriguez, and they go into intermission up 20-13. Liberty ties it on their first drive to open the second half on this handoff to Kevin Poole right up the gut, his second of the night. The Lions forced their first turnover of the night after Caleb Evans tried to find Braden Mazalewski over the middle, but instead finds Liberty's Austin Saffron, who takes it all the way back to the Cavs' 2-yard line. One play later, it's Kevin Poole finding the end zone for the 3rd time of the evening. Lions go for 2 and get it to go up 28-21 with 7 minutes to play in quarter 3. But SC has their answer. After stalling on their next possession, the Cavs play the field position game and win. They force a Liberty punt and set up shot at the Lions' 46. 3 minutes later, it's Anthony Rodriguez going right up the gut, spinning off Liberty defenders and into the end zone. The Cavs go for 2 to tie the game and call for the Philly special, and they get it. We've got a tied game heading into the 4th quarter. After a scoreless 4th, we head to overtime. Liberty takes the ball first, and when they can't convert on 3rd down, they line up for the field goal, but they botch the snap and turn the ball over. On the very next play, Anthony Rodriguez wins it for the Cavs as he scampers off the right side and goes in untouched. The Cavaliers celebrate in the end zone, and the home crowd cannot believe it. Final score is SC 34, Liberty 28. The Cavs complete the upset and conclude Week 7 in unbelievable fashion.
That's set up what we have here tonight. Westminster can win the county title with a victory. Liberty can stay alive and set up next week's game to really cause a little havoc in the standings. But just the way those 2 games finished up, where you had the kickoff return for a touchdown and the Liberty-South Carroll game goes to overtime, it's competitive Carroll County football, at its finest right there. The Westminster game was a little bit lopsided, obviously, with the win over Century. I thought South Carroll did a good job. You talked about South Carroll. They're trailing right now, Century, 21-0 at halftime. You mentioned schizophrenic, but they rose up and did a great job against Liberty last week. Jake Miller played good on defense. They had some big stops, and then Anthony Rodriguez led them to victory. But
and everybody called that an upset, and myself included.
On paper, it was, yeah.
But we're coming back from Springbrook last week, and we're getting updates, local scores, as we're coming back from down there, and the one that I enjoyed was Man Valley upsets Key, and I hadn't even thought of it that way.
Yeah,
but as you look at the standings, that was an upset as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, the county's been interesting.
It has, for sure. Let's go to the CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week now, and we head to South Carroll, where this junior running back helped the Cavaliers, spoiler alert, take down rival Liberty last week in overtime. We already showed you a little bit about him, but let's go ahead and get the Athlete of the Week interview. All right, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Anthony Rodriguez, South Carroll football. Anthony, 180 yards, rushing, 2 touchdowns, the game winner in overtime to beat Liberty. Take me back to the end of that game. That game was crazy, to say the least.
Oh, man, like, once we stopped them and I heard I was getting the ball, I was like, I got to take this back and win this for my team. It felt really good winning it.
You guys were down in the third quarter by 8. It was a back-and-forth game. Defense was making plays. You guys were making plays on both sides. Was there ever any doubt on the sideline that you guys could come back and get the job done? Because you guys had played a similar game against them last year, too.
I mean, no, there's never doubt when it's a close game like that. I just think we got to battle adversity, yeah.
Yeah, and keep your guys' composure on the sideline, I would think,
composure,
too.
Yep.
Yeah, and when it got to be a tight game again, are you one of those guys that looks around at your teammates and says, all right, man, we're going to get this done? Me, Manny, Caleb, Braden, whoever's going to be, step up and make a big play.
I think everyone needs to be that way. Step up. Everyone needs to make a play. I got to shout out to my line, my quarterback, of course, and also Braden Maz with those 2 picks. That really helped us out a lot.
What's it been like as the year has gone along here? You guys have been, offense struggled a little bit, but it's starting to pick itself back up. How big is the line play for you guys to be able to find the holes for you and Manny and Caleb to make things happen on offense?
I mean, when we find these holes, and it makes it a lot easier for us to run once we get to the secondary. Once we get past that line, I just feel like it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Last year, the second half was South Carroll's half of the season. I know you guys want to win more games early on, but how are you feeling right now with a couple weeks to go and then the playoffs about to begin?
I'm feeling confident. I mean, I'm doing good. The line's doing good. The whole team's doing good. We're all feeling great, and I think we can keep this in and probably win next week, too.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way. Congrats on last week's game. That's Anthony Rodriguez, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance and by Raising Cane's.
Congratulations to Anthony Rodriguez. He's our latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. Now, right now, he and his South Carroll teammates taking on Century. Century's gotten the better of this game so far. Last we checked, 21-0. The Knights leading that game at Parker Field. That was halftime or start of the third quarter. Speaking of halftime, we're about ready to start the third quarter here. What are you expecting to see if you're Liberty and Westminster?
Westminster needs to run the ball. I mean, I'm saying that as a fan right now, not as anybody that knows anything. And I just, the quarterback stats are not good.
Right.
And that's who they are.
Yes.
It's almost like they're playing the game not being who they are. And, I mean, maybe they've looked at things. They think they have stuff they normally would do won't work here.
Right.
I don't know. But I would. This possession is going to be huge right here. If they can come down here and get in the end zone, then we're going to have it's going to be a dogfight. They go 3 and out, then they keep opening the door for Liberty, and Liberty does not go through.
Sure, not all the way through. It sure doesn't feel like it's only a 2-score game the way the first half went. But there's the kickoff, and the Owls will field it inside the 5, and a good job there by Liberty's special teams. And 22, Justin Herbert, we already mentioned his name once or twice earlier this half.
So the Owls' starting position, the last 3 possessions, 18, 20, 19. I mean, that's the Lions have put them on a long field with special teams.
You mentioned quarterback stats not good, and no one's going to like that. 2 for 8 for just 30 yards passing tonight for Rory O'Connor. And they start with a run,
there you
and
go.
It's a good run, and it's a good run. It's Jack Hitchcock knocked out of bounds by Kevin Poole, but a first down run for the Owls, and you're not surprised at that one bit.
No, it's either roll those big linemen around there, they wrap them around on the counter and the power, and it just be who you are. You can see both of them coming there. Nice job of kick out the front guy, seal the back guy, and off you go.
About a 14-yard gain on first down, so a nice start. And this is Case and Doan, and they're going to go thunder and lightning maybe here with Hitchcock and Doan. He gets up to the 40, so 2 plays, and they've already got 20 yards.
Straight dive, 6 yards. Yeah, that's. I don't know how fit it would have been for public consumption, but I would have liked to have heard the halftime.
Well, Coach Basler knows a couple of those fiery halftime talks. That play was blown up by Austin Safran, 15.
And that's where you got to give the Lions credit. scared them out of the run game. No, that's right. Not the word I'm looking for. But they've made enough plays on the run to make the Owls question themselves.
Yeah, not scared, but you're right. Definitely had their attention, I would say that. Yeah. So now it's 3rd down again, just like that. 3rd and a long 4. Looks like maybe more like 5. 3rd and 5, we'll call it. And this will be a pass attempt. O'Connor. And that pass is caught.
There you go.
Braden Troop, and he has a 1st down. A little rhythm now for Westminster on offense here.
4 plays, 2 first downs.
Up to the 47-yard line. So move the chains again, and the Owls on the move.
Nice job of anticipating, throwing the ball to the anticipated spot.
And his top receiver, one of the top in the county, Braden Troop. Toss run play to the big guys behind him. Some positive yards in front of him, I should say. Some positive yards there. That was, is that Doan, 15? Yeah, Cason Doan on the run.
I really think the Owls can wear them down.
They did not do that in the first half, but yes, we're into the second half now, so. Second and
to power.
And they do get it, and that's Hitchcock, and he's got a 1st down to the 40. So this was the rhythm we didn't see in the first half from Westminster's offense, and they have picked up some steam here. And you mentioned it, Coach, how big this first drive was for the Owls to just kind of get themselves back in the game mentally and physically.
No, started on a long field, 6 plays, they're in plus territory.
Yep, the plus 40 here. Another run. And another nice run on 1st down. Give that one to Cason Doan, the sophomore. And if you're Liberty, like, you knew this was what you were going to expect. This isn't a surprise if you're Liberty's defense, right?
And if you're Westminster, nobody's saying never throw the ball again.
Right.
Okay, I mean, when they start to crank up on you a little bit, it'll open up some of those things.
Hey, you do this to set up the pass, right?
Yes.
After a 6-yard gain on 1st down, yes, that's Jack Hitchcock, and he weaves his way around the right side, and he's got another 1st down. So here go the Owls. Down inside the 30.
And not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but they score here, get a stop, go in and score again. It's 14-14. Nobody remembers the first half.
That is true. Oh, Coach Baz will remember the first half for sure. Tomorrow in practice.
He'll be reminding people
tomorrow
about it.
In practice.
He has film.
Don't forget, we had 3 turnovers in the first half. High snap brought down by O'Connor, and that one just took a little too long to get going. There's Danny Nelson again, and 55.
He's played a nice game.
He's
played a nice game, and Logan Tasker played a nice game. See the snap through that off.
Yep. That's Grosslinger. Ooh, well, the ball almost came out.
And that play was designed to go up inside of the block you saw there.
Yeah, that was Kevin Kern, actually, 44, and he's coming off the field for Liberty, and he's in some pain. He's trotting off pretty quick. He's coming all the way over to the sideline. He's having a seat. So that's a little bit of a loss there for Liberty's defense. He's the heart and soul there in the middle. Those other guys you mentioned have been playing good games, but Kern directs that traffic. But it's 2nd down and 10. That was no gain there on that last run.
Power.
Doan gets taken down. Like 22, looked like Herbert again, so we've been mentioning his name too, Justin Herbert. So another big 3rd down here on this drive.
Now this is decision time now. Now again, two play territory or four down territory, whatever you want to call it. You can run the ball twice.
Yep.
Not saying they should. I'm just saying you can. There's the power again.
Ooh, big Nelson drives the tackle. Actually drove him forward, but Nelson made a tackle there on the run. It'll be 4th down. That was Case and Doan again, 15. It's a nice job by Nelson. He's been, you mentioned that he's been doing well in there for Liberty's defense. He made Doan feel that tackle too. And here's 4th down. Ball's at the 21. They got to get to the 19, I guess. So, and we got clock stopped. Let's see, timeout. Timeout, Liberty. The first timeout here goes to Liberty. With we're already halfway through the quarter, 6.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and a big play here for sure. Westminster facing its first big play of the second half after a really nice drive. Started at about the 20, and they're down to the 21-yard line of Liberty. That's the other thing running the ball do for you is shorten the game. Now, when you're down 2 scores, I don't know how short you want the game to be, but you know, I think the Owls have a plan, and you know, 14-7. Again, without getting too far ahead, I mean, we're assuming they're going to make this and assuming they're going to score, which are two big assumptions. But boy, and just that 3rd score just would have really flipped this thing upside down. 2 scores, like you're right, the time isn't as bad. 3 scores with 6:30 to go. I wouldn't say it's over, but it's they might really, still be throwing the ball at that point. Changes the whole outcome of the game. Well, here we go, 4th and 2. Now, Liberty jumped, and they're going to say Westminster moved, but I thought Westminster jumped myself. Oh, they did? Yes. Oh, my. Wow. All right. See if you don't get a wiggle? Jump in. Yeah, a wiggle. Yep. And he sure did. Yep. He sure did. The info, yeah, he even knew it, too. He slammed his hands down. All right, well. 4th and 2 becomes 4th and 7. Yep, 6 or 7 now. Now, if you have something you haven't run tonight that you really like, this might be the time. With Liberty's defense shuffling around, O'Connor's in the shotgun. They're going to throw it. O'Connor over the middle. Intercepted. Let's see. Intercepted. Charlie Frothingham, number 2. Not going to criticize the young man for intercepting. It would have been a better play to knock it down. But you know, that's, you got the ball. You made the stop. That's made the paramount. Stop. You're right. You're right. Yeah, there could have been some field position there. I get what you're saying, but you don't fault the kid for going for the pick. No. Yep, into the hands. That's down at the 5-yard line. You might want to think about knocking it down. Again, at the high school level, the ball's coming to you. I don't know how much you're thinking about knocking things down as it's in your hands. That looked like a busted play. We got a flag. But that was the 4th turnover there for Liberty. Yeah, that's, I mean, if the game goes Liberty's way, that's the part of the Owls saga, and it's going to be, we need to take care of the ball. Big play there for Liberty's defense, and now there's that last play was a penalty, so back to about 5 yards. So you're right about that field position. Now they're back to the 9-yard line. But that was mission accomplished to keep the Owls out of the end zone. Well, they did it again. Boy, they are just not communicating. No, they are not. Push them back to the 4-yard line. 1st and 20. This is, this is where young people, and you see it more in the JV game, but at any level. Sure. I mean, you see kids see this on Sunday as well, where you have to, you have to play the game and not the occasion. Right. And you're getting a little worked up, and you start doing things that hurt you. Sure. I think it's still 1st down, 1st and 20. Yes. Oh, Miller, that was a dangerous throw, but when you got a guy like Tristan West there over the middle, he made that catch. That was in some traffic, and West hauled it in. Yeah, he's been pretty special all year, and been exceptionally special tonight. Just looked like just the way it looked from up here, he had some traffic there, but maybe not. He just went up over him. He did, and West turns that 2nd and 20 or 1st and 20 into about a 2nd and Oof, yeah, just from up there, that good angle there.
Yeah,
a lot of blue shirts around that receiver.
If he doesn't grab that, it's going right to Warfield.
Now it's second and about 4 after being first and 20. Pressure.
Can't let him get out of there.
Comfer pressured him. Miller gets away. Incomplete.
They've
trying to get it to West.
They've been living a little dangerously.
They have.
There.
They have. That was Warfield over there too. So he moved West over, and West tried to come back and help his quarterback. And boy, Nick Comfort, number 20 for Westminster, got into that backfield quick.
They've done that at least twice, maybe 3 times, and not gotten anything out of it. They get a hold of him back there, and they'll turn the field around pretty quickly. Owls need a play here.
3rd and 4.
Liberty needs a first down.
Yes, they do. Miller, West, complete. Nice run, nice route. The catch is made, and there comes a flag. I think they're going to get West for some extracurricular activity there, motioning to the crowd. We'll see.
Well, it'll be dead ball, so they'll get the first down.
I think he blew a kiss to the Westminster fans. I think. I don't know for sure. It was a nice catch, a nice route.
If you have kids, and they were little, and I'm sure they were at some point in time, you read the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, I read it as a kid.
Berenstain Bears had a book called Too Much TV, and that's exactly what that penalty is. Too much TV.
That's a TV penalty, huh?
Oh, man, you just got to.
He credited him a nice catch there, and what's he do here?
Yeah,
and blows a kiss.
I didn't even think anybody saw it. Nope, yeah, somebody saw it. You really saw it.
That flag went higher than a couple of those punts we had in the first half.
That's for sure. No, I just,
I know.
And you'll have adults defend it. And that makes me more than that. Oh, they're just having fun. I'm sorry, I'm 9,000 years old. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. It doesn't have any place in the game. Get over it.
So that was you were right, though, Coach. That was a dead ball, so it's actually just 1st and 10, but it's way back now from where West caught it. And that's a heave, and 2 Westminster defenders knock into each other. Raheem Warfield and Canton Rudders. Warfield lost his helmet again.
Yeah, he needs to look into a chin strap.
Yeah. I don't think there's a penalty there. So
no, it just he's upset because it was such a lollipop of a throw, and he wanted to pick. Now get being upset with yourself.
Right.
Okay. Even if it's overly dramatic, but the whole engaging the other team or the crowd or all that stuff. Come on.
Yeah, in that play, he's not upset. I mean, he made the catch with the first down, so he's celebrating, but it took a little too far. So 2nd and 10, back at the 12-yard line. 5:06 to go. Miller is back to throw. That catch is made. Sean Case, number 17, with the catch. Got a little bit of that back, but now you're looking at 3rd. Well, actually, yeah, it was got about 7 of it, so 3rd.
And again, another big play, though.
Yeah. Whereas they should have been up near the 30.
Yes.
They got pushed back to the 12. Now they're up to about the 20.
If they don't get a first down on this, they're likely going to punt.
I would think you're right.
So the Owls have their, they're up against it again. Going with the quick out.
Dropped it. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Akinboye, and the drive stalled out. And not to say they wouldn't have, but pushing them back to the 12 certainly didn't help any.
It did not help anything. Now, on that last play, that might have been a time to go for broke.
Yeah, on the 3rd down? Or the
yes,
second? Okay.
That's, if it doesn't work, you punt. Now you're punting anyway. I mean, but again, that's after the fact.
It is. And the field
easy to say.
Correct, and the field position game, though, is facts don't the facts are facts here. They got pushed back to the 12. And now you're going to have Westminster that looks to be in pretty good field position. Gets a good bounce now on the turf.
These guys, both teams, getting the benefit of the roll tonight. Nobody's returning punts. Don't just touch it. Hold it down to the blow the whistle.
Absolutely. And Westminster's offense will come back onto the field at the 37-yard line.
Westminster will have first and 10 from their own 37.
So where did they punt that from?
That was 37. Oh, no, it was 20. 20, yeah.
Okay,
20.
so 30.
Because it was
15.
incomplete.
That's a 40-plus punt. So.
Yeah, definitely got about 15 of that on that roll. First play is a run. Jack Hitchcock looking for somewhere to go. Wow, he finds a little hole there.
He made that himself.
He sure did.
He
sure did.
They were looking power and jammed it up, and he just tried to cut it back.
Austin Saffron, 15, helped clog that hole there, but Hitchcock still got 2 yards.
You can see the linemen coming around. They want to come up in there, and it wasn't happening.
Danny Nelson was in pursuit too, 55. Kern's back in for Liberty. I saw him in the last possession, so that's good news for Liberty, 44. And it'll be second and about 8 from the 39. Fakes the handoff. O'Connor looking for somewhere to go. Saffron's pressuring him. Pass is caught. Nice job by O'Connor, and the catch made by Isaiah Sprinkle. And that's enough for a first down. So nice job there because Liberty had the pressure coming on the Owls quarterback.
Yeah, that was just a gutsy keep the play alive, throw and catch.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line. Flags fly. Yeah, they may get called on an illegal motion here. Let's see.
Yeah, as early as that was. I mean, the only way that's on Liberty is if they lined up offside.
And let's see what the call is here. Going to back them up.
Procedure. Okay.
Procedure, yep.
Both starting against Westminster losing back 5 yards. They'll have first and 15.
So it backs them up to the 42. Official winds the clock, 2:45. I think we wound the clock.
Logan Tasker, big day by him.
Yes, indeed.
Big day by him. He has stifled the run several times. I'm up here saying they need to run, they need to run.
Liberty is the reason why they haven't done much of it.
They need to block Logan Tasker.
Closed in on 100 yards rushing as a team, but that's definitely lower than what Westminster is used to at this stage of the game.
Yes.
Second and about 14. Pressure again. O'Connor gets away. He's got a man. It's Hitchcock out of the backfield. He's at the 30, makes one man miss, tackled inside the 25-yard line. So that's O'Connor letting that play develop, and Hitchcock knows his quarterback needed some help.
I don't understand. If I'm Liberty, I'm upset. That's what I should be saying.
Okay.
We saw him beat Key. I mean, he's coming out of the backfield and they lose him. Now, how do you lose Hitchcock?
That might not have been the design as it was in that game against Key, but yes, you would think you're spying Hitchcock as much as you can. This is Cason Doan on the carry. He gets a good push on first down as we get to a minute and a half left in the fast-moving third quarter here on the CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. No points yet in the second half. Liberty leads 14-0. 2 touchdown passes from Chase Miller is the difference, and so has been Liberty's defense.
For that game, carried by Westminster, it's 2nd and 6.
Austin Safford makes a nice tackle there on Casey Doan.
Coming from the backside, too. I mean, that's just a hustle play.
Yeah. He makes that instead of a first down. It's 3rd and short. So 3rd and short.
Yeah, you can see where he's lined up, and he came off that far edge and tracked that play down.
This is Doan. I think he has enough for the first down. Down at about the 13, 12-yard line. So the Owls on the move. And it is a first down.
Nice position for them, too. Much rather get that. I mean, everybody likes to be goal to go, but you'd rather have the ball at the 11, 12, 13 than the 9.
Just for more room to
Yes, and when you can get another first down, you got a chance at more plays.
And they will get a playoff.
And there's Tasker again.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
He's got the power figured out.
That he does. That's stopped for pretty much no gain, and we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter. It moved quick. Both teams committed to some runs and got Liberty had a drive going there, and then Westminster is on this drive here as the quarter comes to an end, and Westminster's coaching staff is vigorously talking to their guys here at the end of that drive.
It's a spirited discussion.
They see Logan Tasker doing those things too for Liberty's defense. There's your score. Liberty 14, Westminster 0 with 1 quarter to go, and a little bit more of the same in the 3rd quarter.
I'd give the Owls the benefit of that quarter, but hats off to Liberty. They didn't let them in the end zone.
Had a turnover too, that interception where the Owls were driving a little bit. So 4 turnovers to speak of right now for Westminster. Liberty's got the 4 turnovers, and they're up by 2 scores, but the Owls are on the move here as we're about to begin quarter 4.
The 4 turnovers obviously loom large.
Sure, yeah. So we're change ends. Westminster will head toward the concession stand side of the field. Easy for me to say. The other way.
Other end
of the field. Yeah. Away from the school, away from the scoreboard. 2nd and about 8. And here we go. Nice run there. And so now the ball is sitting at about the 7-yard line.
Casey Doan came out of there with a little bit of hand issue from blocking.
And there's a give to Hitchcock, and he's down inside the 5. So now you are down. Going to be 4th and short. It's go situation the rest of the way here.
I don't think they have any interest in a field goal.
No interest, huh?
They don't have any time to kick 5 field goals.
No interest in points? Yeah, right, exactly. Here we go, 4th and short. I think Liberty held them up, but I think they got enough. They definitely got enough. They got down to about the 2-yard line. They only needed to get 1.
That's why I wanted the ball at the 12. Right?
Yeah.
Now you get a first down, you got 4 cracks from here.
Yep.
Whereas if you were at the 9, it was do or die. Right
Sure.
there.
Nice job by Hitchcock to just get. Kern got him. And Kern and Frothingham stood him up, but he didn't have to go far to get that first down. So now Westminster's best shot at scoring. 1st and goal at the 2.
Well, if they jump offside here, we know what's happening next.
Doan. Initial hit, but he's in.
I think he's in.
Yep, Casey Doan. Westminster's on the board. That's a Cason Doan 2-yard touchdown run. And the PAT here will be of importance.
Yes.
But the Owls have cut the lead to 8. It is 14-6. And Trevor Wallace will come on for the PAT for Westminster. Rudders is the holder. Wallace, no problem. And we have a game.
I was going to say, now the game starts.
Just took us a little time, right? 3 quarters in 4 seconds. And that's a short yardage touchdown there. It was a good job of the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, but he only had to basically fall forward to get the touchdown, and he did. So Cason Doan gets the short yardage score. And with 9:56 to go, it's been a few minutes. I said 4 seconds. It's been a couple minutes already of the fourth quarter. But 14-7 is our score now here at Ruby Field as the Owls are on the board, trying to get back into the game.
That's the first time they've kicked off since the beginning of the game.
You are right.
Now, Liberty started at their 30 after that transpired.
A little bit of a high kick. I think that's Tristan West, who took it at about the 20.
And you get him wrapped up.
And they did wrap up the ankles right outside the 30, but he got about 10, 12 yards on that return up to the 32. And that's where Liberty's offense will start. I don't know if that was designed that way, but it looked like he kicked it high off the tee. Didn't really drill it.
So Liberty started their last possession at the 15 after the interception. Proceeded to penalize themselves back inside the 10, get out, and then penalize themselves into a 4th down.
Yes. Akinboye goes in motion. Snap is low. Poole gets the handoff, and he's got a good run.
If they can run the ball,
down,
the Owls could be in trouble.
That is true. That's a 7-yard pickup on 1st down. I guess we give the 6. So 6 yards on 1st down for Poole.
6-yard gain on carry by Liberty makes it 2nd and 4 for the Lions.
Timothy Johns is a large young man.
Yes, he is.
He just is such a gap stuffer. He's like Tony Saragusa.
The late, great Tony Saragusa. Yes. There's a pass, Miller, and it's just a little too high and strong. But Miller's been just a little off with his receivers. He's definitely hit some of the big plays, but a little inconsistent. Now it's a 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, West way down the field that time. They weren't interested in going way down the field. I'm looking for him on a slant here. The 3rd and 4, because if you don't make this, you're giving the Owls the ball right back.
I would think you wouldn't be going for it at this stage of the game at this field position.
Wouldn't even had a minute possession.
First things first, 3rd and 4. Here we go. I said it's Akinboye. He goes the wrong way, but he cuts it back. Ooh, he gets away. Akinboye still on the move. David Akinboye, he might be gone. Let's see. Nope. Raheem Warfield knocks it out of bounds. What a play by David Akinboye to get all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Great individual effort by Akinboye.
It looked like he was going the wrong way at first.
Yeah, he wasn't even going to get the 1st down there for when he went the other direction.
He gets the 1st down and then made some men miss and then turned on the Jets. I'll credit Raheem Warfield for not giving up and making sure that wasn't a touchdown. But Akinboye gets the ball to the 8. It's 1st and goal for Liberty. Huge play on 3rd down.
Crunch time for the Owls. Going to take away the inside from those receivers.
Going to the far pylon, and Westminster had it covered. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Akinboye, and I think he wants out. He wants to take a breath. Yeah, so here he may,
He almost fell down.
Yep. Yeah, right there, you're right. Almost falls down. Rudders goes after him. Then there's bowling pins that fall down for Westminster. But right here, two guys converge, and then Akinboye is off and running. And again, I'll credit Warfield for coming all the way far over there to use that speed. Good hustle by Rakeem Warfield.
Don't give up. Don't give in the play.
So it's 2nd and goal now from the 8. Safran cuts it back, gets it to about the 5. And we'll call it the 6. Now the clock stopped as one of the Owls, or one of the Lions rather, is slow to get up.
Now the field goal does come into play.
Yes, it does.
You don't make this, and you can get 3. That makes it a 2-score game again.
Larry Luth and his staff probably has that in mind here.
No, just you and I.
No, just you thought of it. I didn't say anything. It's 3rd and goal. And its clock will wind. 3rd and goal from the 6. Yeah, it's an interesting spot, right? I mean, well, I wouldn't think it's 2 down territory if you believe in your kicker. We'll see what happens here on 3rd down first before we get to the next play. There's a flag. Miller's going to try to get in. He stumbled down. I think they might call Liberty on a motion. Let's see.
Now, do you take the penalty or do you make it 4th down if it's on Liberty?
Yeah, Miller got to the 4. So the ball's at the 4. Let's see what they call here. Some deliberation by the officials. And they're gonna back them up. So it's on Liberty. Let's see. They are going to move them back. So they did move them back.
Okay.
So the Owls feel like they can stop them in 2 plays.
Just more field for West to run around in.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's 3rd and goal back to the 10. A lot of room over there. West, they're trying to get it to him. Incomplete. They're trotting the field goal team out right now as we speak. So that pass was incomplete with 7.5 minutes to go. The line of scrimmage is actually the 11. So you're looking at about a
36, 11.
17, 20, 28.
28,
yeah, 28-yard field goal, give or take. So not a gimme, but not much wind. I know there's not little flags on the uprights, but I don't see the American flag is pretty much not billowing in the breeze, for lack of a better phrase.
Well, last week the concern was they missed the extra point or missed the field goal. It didn't have anything to do with the kick.
Right.
It was the snap in the hole.
So here we go. This would be a 2-score lead if they kick the field goal. Hecox. He got it. Big kick.
That is a big kick.
7:28 to go, 4th quarter. 28-yard field goal. Ryder Hecox.
Just made the Owls' job a little bit tougher.
Absolutely. And again, that snap a little low. So credit the special teams of the Lions to make sure that field goal was pure, and it was. (17-7) with 7:28 to go.
Now, we're reasonably certain the Owls can grind the ball down the field, but with 7.5 minutes left, grind it down the field and score. You're still down 3. Are you going to have enough chance? Enough time to have a chance?
Time still. I mean, there's still time. Obviously, down.
Yes.
Down 10. Down 10.
But to do what I've been advocating they do is going to use a lot of that time.
Looks like Century's going to get a win at South Carroll with about a minute to go there unofficially, up 21-8. So the Knights will win and go to 3-2 in the county. And here's the kickoff here. Fielded at about the 11, and we're going to try some razzle-dazzle. Canton runners, and wow, Austin Safran, and they blew it up. Liberty's special teams has played really well in this game. 15 Austin Safran and a couple other of his teammates made sure that did not go anywhere.
I like that return. I think that works better as a handoff than a toss. When you toss it, everybody sees it. They can adjust. You run those two guys by each other. You hand it off, or you don't hand it off, and for the fleeting moment there, nobody knows who has the ball.
Yeah.
And then you can get your return set up.
And also, you reverse field, and Liberty sniffs it out. Now you're going backward, and you're starting at the 13-yard line. So nice run there by Westminster on first down, but now the clock becomes your enemy.
Yep. Yeah, they need
to hurry up.
Whatever up tempo they run, we need to see it.
Another run. I saw Danny Nelson in there again, Coach. 55.
Told you he's been hitting people since pregame warmup.
Yes, he has. Would you say he knocked a teammate half across the field?
They were doing a little linebacker bump drill, and he rolled the kid up on the track.
Hey, he was pumped up. 3rd and call it 3. There's a run, first down, Jack Hitchcock. Watch out, referee. But Hitchcock has the first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily. And now they'll set it and wind it.
18 yards in a little over a minute. That'll get you down there in time.
Of course, you got to do it twice.
Yes.
On the scoreboard. Stood up after just a couple yards there. Whistle blows. Danny Nelson again in the middle of it. Kevin Kern helping him out. That's just a 1-yard gain. That's not what you need if you're the Owls.
No. And at 5:40, they're gonna have to throw it a little bit.
Agreed. Pump. O'Connor, he's got a man.
Open.
Overthrew Rakeem Warfield. Or was that Isaiah Sprinkle? Can't see. That's Isaiah Sprinkle. My bad. Sprinkle. Yep. Well, they had the play there. They had the receiver. Just a little shoulder pump, and he had Sprinkle, and O'Connor misfires.
Yeah, he's 5 yards behind everybody.
That's a touchdown if he can hook up with them. Would have been just what they needed. I don't have 40 times or anything, but Sprinkle's one of the fastest guys on this this sideline for sure. Third and 9, 34-yard line. Connor looking to make something happen. West drops him. Flag also flies, but West makes the tackle.
It's going to be a hold on top of everything, which they'll likely decline because it'll be fourth.
Probably decline it. Yeah, I think that's a sack. Oh, that was yeah, West. I saw West. Yep. Thought maybe the 0 and the 8 sometimes look similar from this far away. 8 is Stephen Puckett. 0 is Tristan West. Holding on Westminster is declined. It's 4th down. 4th and about 13. Let's see what the Owls need to do. They got to score, so you'd think they're going for it. So here we go. In a sense, the game here with 5:19 to go and counting.
Got the trips out to the Liberty side.
Got to get a first down. O'Connor.
He's got open field if he runs. Nope, he's going to throw it.
A nice catch. He did have open field, but a nice catch made by John Davia.
Yeah, good decision.
Davia makes the catch in Liberty territory. That'll stop the clock for a second. Now the clock will wind. 5 minutes and counting, and 1st and 10 at the 48.
Real
nice play.
Gutty play by the Owl offense.
O'Connor's got a lot of time to throw. Oh, nice catch. Up to get it is number 18, Canton Runners. 2 big pass plays there have the Owls inside the 30-yard line. Nice catch. Triple coverage at the end of the day on that play. So the Owls not dead just yet. Nice play by Liberties. That's a catch made by Troop, and Austin Safran ended that play quickly. Just a short game.
Almost ended the game quickly. He was about a half a step away from getting that himself.
Picking it off, yeah. It's one of those maybe you wish maybe just let it fall, but you can't fault the kid for trying to make a catch. Man, nice job by Steve. Closed quick. So now they're on the far hash, 2nd and 9, 8 or 9. There's pressure from Frothingham. He overthrows it. Ooh, and he does make it.
He caught it off. No, caught it off the shoelace.
Okay, wow, because it's hard for me to see that. Boy, Frothingham, hot pursuit, and he ran past O'Connor. O'Connor dumped it off to Runners. Runners is coming out. Look at Frothingham. Whoop. And then, oh yeah, nice catch. Go ahead, Coach.
Frothingham coming off the edge. You got to gear down a little bit.
One gear down, yeah.
You're going to end up reaching out there with your arm and missing him, and that's what he did.
Sure.
He gathers a little bit. He's got a sack.
Connor again. He'll dump it off to Troop. And Troop is tackled at about the 15-yard line, and he's in bounds. So Liberty's defense getting tired here on this no-huddle drive.
Yeah, good use of tempo by the Owls. They're up on the line. They're up on the ball, ready to go.
3.5 to go. Ball's on the ground. O'Connor goes down. Once the ball's on the ground in high school, the play's dead. And that's basically a sack, a team sack. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, just mishandled it. And right there,
low snap, but you got you want your
yep.
quarterback to make that play.
You do.
But again, as a high school center, I know it's always the center's fault. That's what we were told.
I wasn't going to blame you, but 3rd and 14 now, back at about the 20-yard line. Oh, batted down. Batted pass. Liberty's defense has played very, very well in this game so far, Coach.
Yes.
And so now we got a 4th and 14 or so at the 22-yard line. They got to get down to the 9 to get a first down.
They've made the Owls play uncomfortably
since the get-go.
From the beginning.
Yeah. The Owls will hit a few big runs. They had that good drive going with the runs, and then the interception by Frothingham back in the 3rd quarter. And there you go. Tristan West again. Give West another sack. The Owls turn it over on downs, and that may do it with 2:43 to go and a Liberty holding a 10-point lead. Now we got a penalty on the far side. Let's see. It was a hold on Westminster. Has declined.
I was going to be a little critical of West up here at the beginning of this drive because he was not playing with a lot of energy coming off the edge. Now, that said, he had 2 or 3 people on him, but he rose to the occasion.
Yeah, remember he had the little bit of the brain lapse there with the 15-yard penalty, but he's made up for it on defense tonight. And of course, he's got a nice night on the through the air as well with 6 catches for 129 yards. He's got a couple of sacks on defense. And that handoff goes to Safran. Nice job, nice tackle by Warfield. And Chris Basler calls a timeout. Westminster's timeout, I believe it's their first.
Yeah, you're going to see 3 of them real quick here if they can keep them from getting the first down.
Right. They got to get the ball back. .235 to go, and the Owls down by 10. What's impressed you the most, Coach, about Liberty's defense? I mean, is there any one thing? I know we've mentioned Danny Nelson a lot. We've mentioned Kern. West has 2 sacks. To me, it's been a collective effort of their job to keep Westminster. You mentioned it a second ago. Flustered on offense.
They've made them play
uncomfortable.
Not the way they wanted to play.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think that's very much to their credit. I mean, even though the Owls did grind to one drive out, they stopped them enough on the run to make them throw the ball.
Right.
And that's of the 2 modes, that's not their favorite mode. Not that they're incapable. They're a very good passing team, but they're an outstanding running team.
2nd and 9, we resume. Another handoff, nice tackle there. Another timeout from Coach Basler. Give that tackle to Noah Pasley, I believe, number 6.
He's had a nice game.
He has.
He's one of several, as you mentioned, who filling in for guys that are banged up.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, you can get that kind of performance out of your 2s, and
you make it tough to.
They don't stay 2s for
right.
long.
Exactly. I was going to say you make it tough for the coaching staff. It's a good problem to have, right? Some of that depth.
Yep.
And we've been crediting Liberty's defense, rightfully so, but, I'll credit their offense, too. They had that Westminster scores, 10 minutes to go. Then they looked like they're going to stop them. They had Liberty 3rd and long. Miller finds Akinboye, and Akinboye just made that first down happen. Gets all the way down here.
Big,
and it results in that field goal.
Been a lot of big individual plays in this game, that's just one of them.
Right.
That's the most critical right now because it allowed them to get the 2-score lead. But, that's been several. And Liberty, I think, has had more of those. They've had more of those individual game changers.
Westminster's had them, but Liberty's had more of them. That's one of the reasons they're up by 10 here. So 3rd and 8, and I do believe the Owls have 1 timeout left, so barring a first down here. It's going to be Safran tackled and a flag, and he shouldn't have to use the timeout with the flag. At least not yet.
If it's procedure, I think you're
declining
this one.
Right, and then you would call the timeout. Got a couple yards. It would be 4th and about 6 or 7. Coach Basler talking to the officials. So they may have a pulse if they stop him here. It looks like they have. Looks like I just saw a decline motion from Coach. So I think you were right. I think it was a procedure, and then there'll be the timeout, correct? Yeah, because that would have kept the clock moving anyway. So 2 guys moving maybe, or not enough guys still on the line, perhaps? Yeah, it's hard to tell from up. It's hard to tell from up here. Yeah, it's not.
They used the time, as you said, they're going to use the timeout.
Yeah.
At one point in time, I thought I saw the ref say to Coach Basler, "You're going to take it." I think he was talking about the timeout.
Okay. Yeah. So Liberty should be punting here when 4th down.
I would think. And they've not punted well. They've been fortunate. Both teams have. Neither team's punted particularly well.
No, that is correct. But the play here is to punt it away and try to wrap this thing up. And 4th and 7. Punts away, not too bad. He gets a good roll.
And
I wouldn't touch it if I'm Liberty. I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, I just
stand a couple seconds off the clock.
Stand there until he blows the whistle.
Right, but that's all right. Down to the 30.
2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game.
Reminder, stay tuned with us here. We'll have some post-game coverage for you. We'll talk about what we watched tonight. We'll talk to one of the players of the game. And we'll set up the rest of the regular season. And O'Connor throws it away. Second down now. Liberty's brought that pressure in the second half more than they did in the first half. I'm impressed with their pressure here.
Yeah, this is the proverbial pin your ears back time for their edge guys. I mean, you can see they're not even lining up anybody down in the middle of the formation.
Incomplete. And there's a hold here. I believe that's going to be coming back, or at least being pushed back. That was incomplete pass. And that's been the story of this, most of the half anyway. Just Liberty did it pretty well in the first half. I think they really flexed their muscles here in the second half defensively, and they've made life hard for Westminster.
Yes, yes.
So they back them up on the hold. It'll be second and long now. Back to the 19-yard line. So second and about 21. And this is going to create some of that chaos next week for the county championship. Yes. It's not over yet.
Chaos fans got what they wanted.
O'Connor, nice job by Hitchcock, tackled by Kern. And guess who else was in pursuit? Actually, that was Grosslinger, 52. We've called his name a few times, too. He had the strip sack earlier. But Nelson, the fumble recovery. West with a couple sacks. Kevin Poole has a pick. Charlie Frothingham has a pick. That's pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah, the turnovers, was it 4-1?
I think so. Not going to win too many games.
No.
That way.
I thought that was just good defense.
Yeah, I thought so too, but
that's why I do this.
Yeah.
Don't officiate.
Colin Martin, number 5 on the defense. They're going to get him, I believe, for now. It's not an automatic first down, correct? So it might still be third down. I never know. I can never remember.
Also, it's
15 yards.
Right. Yeah.
But they were behind
from the line of scrimmage.
Right. So they were behind the stick, so it should still be third down. Yeah, third and short. So it was second and 21, or third and 21, whatever it is. Now it's third and 1.
Give them another set of downs if they convert.
Timeout, Liberty. Liberty called a timeout just to make sure they were set on defense.
That's a good timeout.
Settle things down, right?
Get ourselves organized.
Yep.
You know, here's what we want to do. Here's what we do if they make the first down. You know, all those, all the contingencies.
Liberty coach Larry Luth, been in here a long time, and earlier in the season he was closing in on a bit of a county mark, and I believe he now has his 80th. He'll have his 81st, his 80th career win. That puts him third all time on the list of county coaches. Ken Parker, longtime South Carroll coach, is number 1, and Ken Speedy Johnson, number 2. I believe Speedy's got 85. So give Larry some credit there for getting 80 wins. That's pretty impressive. He's been doing good things in Eldersburg for a long time down there, and going to get a nice road win here, it looks like, with 1:22 to go. And his team up by 10. Still some time for the Owls to try to do something here. Third and short. O'Connor, nice catch. That way to come back on it, too. He didn't get out of bounds. You can see Coach Pasler saying, get out of bounds. It'll stop the clock for a second. That was John Davia on the catch. Nice catch, though, to come back and get it.
Yes. Yeah, they've gotten themselves out of a couple of do-or-die situations.
And they're out of timeouts now, so, yeah, that's why you saw Coach Bowser sort of shrug his shoulders, wanted him to get out of bounds. O'Connor throws it away. And pressure that time by number 30, Carter Weddle for Liberty. So next week, Liberty gets Century in their rivalry game. Westminster gets Winters Mill in their city rivalry game, and there'll be some county title implications in each of those games. South Carroll and FSK play each other. Man Valley has the one non-county game in week 9. Down the seam, he's got Troop. Couldn't quite get it. That was a good throw by O'Connor. Just a hair long for Troop.
And the whole game has been like
yes.
that.
Yes, it has.
The game has been a hair long
yes, it has.
for the Owls.
Yep.
Just,
one of those nights.
A little short here, a little long there.
Sure. And yes, you're missing a couple key guys, but I know Chris Basler and his staff there, they would never use that as an excuse. You got guys, you got depth, you got the biggest roster in the county on your sideline, so you got to have that.
And those guys, and we've mentioned
their names.
Yeah. They've filled in admirably.
Absolutely, but it's been Liberty's night. There's no doubt about it. On this night, Week 8. Doan with a nice catch out of the backfield, knocked out of bounds by Puckett. I think he got enough. Let's see. Yep, first down. So nice job. Yep, nice job by. And with 38 seconds left, the game is, for tense purposes, over. But you want to see something here, right? If you're Westminster on this last little bit of what you can do offensively.
You get in here in a play or two, an onside kick. I mean, that's
you're right. But that's what you're going for, right?
Yes.
It's not we're not just going to hand the ball off into the line and call it a night.
No.
There's pressure, and that time they got him.
Got to get up and get going now, fellas. Come on.
Logan Tasker, that's 77. We mentioned his name a lot, too. All the way back to the 40-yard line. You mentioned this young man's name a few times for Liberty tonight. Big 77.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a game.
He's been a difference. Davia makes the catch. He's going to stay in bounds, and that is going to do it. A big win on the road for Liberty. They hand Westminster their first county loss of the year. And with still 1 week to go in the regular season, we have not decided the Carroll County Athletic League Championship just yet. Give Liberty credit. They earned this 17-7 win.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive by the Lions, both sides of the ball. Pretty much controlled the first half.
They did.
And,
they did.
And made the plays, accomplished the things they needed to accomplish in the second half.
I mean, they hit a couple big offensive plays early. They weren't efficient right away. They stuck to it, right? They had a couple runs, but they beat Westminster through the air tonight. And, of course, they definitely beat them on defense.
Yes. Both those things are absolutely true.
Impressed with Liberty's defense.
The big play down here that led to the field goal.
Yes, the Akinboye catch and run.
That was a backbreaker.
It was.
As it turned out.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Westminster looked like they might have been able to force a punt there, get it back. I mean, who knows at that point, right? So they were only down 14-7. Instead, Akinboye gets them down into the red zone area, and they were able to kick a field goal with 7.5 left in the fourth quarter. And then their defense held on from there, holding the best offense in the county, or the second best offense in the county, to 7 points. It's pretty impressive.
Yes. Yeah, that was all Liberty all the time tonight. I mean, they had. Just had the Owls off step.
Off kilter, off step. Yeah, you're right. You said uncomfortable. That's the best word for it. They never really looked comfortable.
No,
they never looked comfortable.
Never looked like themselves. A little bit on the touchdown drive where they were running the ball, but no, they were out of. Not out of their element, but out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, out of their comfort zone, out of sync, out of sorts. And Coach Basler will regroup. They get their city rivals next week, and then everyone makes the playoffs, so you're preparing for the postseason. But Liberty does a really good job here. 17-7 is your final score. Ruby Field homecoming spoiled a little bit, courtesy of the Liberty Lions, and they improve to 5-3 and 4-1 in county play, while the Owls also drop to 5-3 and 4-1. So a nice win by Liberty, and we're gonna talk to one of the players of the game from the Liberty side, and let's see some of the highlights here too. But first things first, I thought we were impressed with their defense as much as we possibly could be from Liberty. But when they had to have it, that's a big win on the road against a team that's going for the county championship.
Oh, absolutely.
Very good job by Liberty.
I mean, I've used the analogy all year long. I mean, Westminster's Goliath. I mean, that's just how it goes. And so a win over them by anyone at any time is a big deal. But for Liberty coming off I won't say stunning, but close to stunning.
Right.
They
got stung,
lost last week against South Carroll, and to come back and regroup and beat the
the team in front of them.
Is ostensibly the top dog coming in. And all hats off to Liberty. No way around it.
Absolutely.
Big. They were big when they had to be big.
And they were big most of the night, definitely on defense. Time for a quick break here. Word from the sponsors. We're going to quick word, and we're going to have more Game of the Week post-game coverage for you right after this.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Welcome back to the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Pat Stetzer and Mike Coons here at Westminster High School. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights from tonight's game where the Liberty Lions go on the road and get a 17-7 win. Coach Coons is doing the math over here, crunching the numbers, and we're going to see some of the highlights here from this one. And we said it from the start, just the way that Liberty played defense tonight. I mean, they made the plays when they had to offensively, but I thought the defense carried the day for the Lions.
I think that's pretty accurate. So many of, I counted Westminster 10 possessions. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And 4 or 5 of them ended in turnovers. And I think we were counting 4. I get 5 there real quick. I think I made a mistake.
There was turnover on downs in there too.
Yeah. Two ended with sacks.
Right.
They punted twice. I mean, that's a pretty stellar defensive performance.
Yeah.
And some of those turnovers when the Owls were moving a little bit.
Right.
Almost had the momentum, and they just took it away from them. Big defensive night.
It definitely was.
For the Lions.
They scored some points too. Kevin Poole there with the 5-yard touchdown pass early on, and there's one of the turnovers right there. That was the fall on it there by Justin Herbert. And just the way that Liberty sort of had their game plan, Jack Hitchcock broke off a couple plays from Westminster, but it was few and far between for the Owls. They had a few. They had a handful. Just didn't have enough to keep pace, even in a low-scoring game. How about the strip sack right there? Danny Nelson, your guy, 55, falls on it there at midfield. That's just kind of the way Liberty was playing all night.
Yes, they were very opportunistic. I mean, when they were getting chewed, they'd get a stop. When the Owls got some momentum, they'd get a turnover. And
there was a Westminster turnover on that one there. But yes, it seemed like Liberty had its answers for its own problems pretty much all night, except for the turnover in the end zone. That was a good play there by O'Connor to kind of get out of harm's way and give it one of their playmakers, Jack Hitchcock. But it just wasn't enough of those kind of plays for the Owls to keep pace.
No.
This is going to be the interception here from Kevin Poole, who came over from his position and made sure that wasn't that. Again, Westminster had some momentum on that drive, and it gets killed by the interception. There's another one, Charlie Frothingham there inside the 15-yard line to get some pick. It just seemed like Liberty was ball hawking a lot tonight to the success.
Yes. I mean, and again, oftentimes the passing not necessarily what they would like to be doing,
Right.
And
here was that play.
This was the backbreaker.
That really was. It was a third down play there. If they don't get that, they're going to probably punt.
Yes.
Instead, Miller finds Akinboye. Akinboye goes the wrong way for a couple yards, then makes the man miss, and it really turns the Jets on. And a sack there by Tristan West on defense. It just seemed like we were calling a lot of the same numbers on Liberty's defense, and they were pretty much every time we were, it's because they were making big plays.
Yeah, they came up huge. They made the Owls look not like the Owls. And
Absolutely.
I think that's a big credit to their defense.
I believe that's going to be the story of the game, and there was another sack there from Tristan West. And just, you mentioned it, Coach. Last week you're home. You're trying to beat your other rival, South Carroll. There comes this big sack here by Tasker. And you lose. You lose in overtime. It's not what you wanted. How do you respond? Well, the next week we got to go play Westminster on the road, a team we haven't beaten in forever. They've owned us in the series. You wouldn't have known it by the way the Lions sort of game plan. There's their final team stats. Look there. The turnovers again. Westminster had that couple drives there where they were hurrying and had the first downs, but 266 passing yards tonight for Liberty, courtesy of quarterback Chase Miller. One of the big reasons why they won, and defense was 2/3 of that as well.
And those numbers were interesting. They're both right around total 300 yards. So I mean, it wasn't like Westminster never moved the ball.
No, right, absolutely no.
But again, the 4 turnovers are, I think,
hard to overcome.
If Coach Basler's doing the interview with the paper, whomever, I think that's going to get mentioned.
That's going to get mentioned, and so is Liberty's defense. Yeah. Mike Coons, thanks as always for coming back, and it was always fun to watch you with the game of the week. And Carroll County football, he knows his stuff. He definitely makes me sound a lot smarter than I am. We're going to go take another break here. Don't go away, though. We got a post-game coverage for you, a player of the game interview coming right your way. So don't go away. CMSportsNet Game of the Week coming right back to wrap things up from Ruby Field.
First, I want to thank you all for volunteering to help Habitat for Humanity of Carroll County build a house. Your participation means so much. We couldn't do this without you. So, any questions? Come on, don't be shy. No such thing as a silly question, guys.
Donate and purchase from the Habitat Restore to help build houses.
No, you don't need to be able to hold a hammer. Anyone else?
Join us as we honor local veterans with a special all-day broadcast. Starting at 9 a.m., the Community Media Center will feature interviews with local veterans.
You have a duffel bag on your back and your front, and you got the drill sergeant yelling at you. I remember thinking, what did I get myself into?
But you got a Navy Cross.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to get the Navy Cross.
My father volunteered for Vietnam at 18, and he served in uniform for 42 years. We'll actually be burying him in Arlington next month.
They offered me the choice to learn either Russian, Persian Farsi, which is the language of Iran, or Arabic. And I chose the Persian Farsi language because of all the conflict going on at the time.
In some respects, I'm the same guy that joined the Navy in 1979, but I'm a different guy as well.
Gotcha. Hear these and other stories from Carroll County service members on our special Veterans Day broadcast on November 11th.
CMSportsNet Player of the Game is brought to you by Genovas to Go and by Anne Arundel Dermatology.
Welcome back, CMSportsNet Game of the Week. The post-game interview, player of the game, Chase Miller, Liberty quarterback. Chase had 266 passing yards and a couple touchdowns. I'll talk about offense first, but how pumped were you for the way your defense played tonight and gave you guys part of the reason why they gave you guys this win?
I mean, it all started right when we got to the school at 4 o'clock, getting ready for dinner. Everyone was pumped and everyone was very excited to play this game. And, when we come out like that and we don't come out flat, that's the result that's going to happen. We're going to come out and we're going to be ready to play. You
play against these guys in practice all the time, all week long. It's a good defense. I know Westminster defense gets the praise for the low scoring that they've had in this win streak. You ended the win streak tonight and held an offense down to 7 points. How much does that lift you guys on the sideline? You know what you can do on offense. The fact that your defense can put up almost a shutout, it's got to bring you together and pump you up at the same time.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when we see our defense out there, the 4 turnovers, like that just – it makes the offense want to play better and want to score for them because we want to help our own team. We're not just doing it for the offense. We're doing it for the team and everyone around us. So.
And special teams play well today too. Sure Westminster's kick returns did not go very far. The offense, again, I know you're going to look at the completions and say I wish it was better, but you got guys that can make plays. We're watching David Akinboye here turn that third down into a long play. We know what you got with Tristan West and even Wickline and Sean Case. When those guys are all in sync and you feel it in practice, when you put it out there in the game and score 17 points against a good defense. Again, we talk about the defense, but your offense can put up numbers too. It's all about rhythm and just the guys right? And you're confident in those guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, we definitely left points out there on the board. Like, when we're in the red zone, this is 2 weeks in a row. I've thrown 3 interceptions or something like that. I got to, the coach said it in the start, we got to take care of the ball. So he wasn't happy with that. But, I turned around, came back out, and we make something happen. And you said something about special teams, and our holder actually got hurt. So I had to step in, and that's like, I don't do that much. So when I come in there and I have to do it, it's like, I'm doing it for the team too. I'm not just the quarterback. I want to help the whole team out.
And let's not forget, good point, Chase, because last week in overtime, you had a bad hold. It resulted in I'm not talking too much about last week, but again, those kind of plays, right? So you lose last week at home to South Carroll. I was talking to Coach before you came on. That could have gone 2 ways. Okay, we just lost at home against one of our rivals. Now we got to go to Liberty, or we got to go to Westminster and try to beat the team that's in first place. You didn't let last week get to you that much. Yes, of course, you wanted it to fuel your fire. Is that the mark of a good team? You can turn the page that quickly and just move on to the next week?
100%. I mean, that's our senior night. That game is heartbreaking, losing that in overtime. Right. But the way that we turned it around, and the day after we said it's Westminster week, forget it, come out, practice, play hard. And that's just what we did.
And you did. You got the win, and now you're still alive for a county title. And now it's Century Week coming up. And we're not done this week yet, but your other rivalry game next week, you've had good success against those guys. They've been a better team this year. But just besides that, you want to get the win next week. But how do you feel like you're playing right now going into the playoffs? Okay, you got past the South Carroll game. You got a big win on the road. If you get another win next week, you're really riding high going into the regional playoffs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we come out week by week. We don't like to go ahead. But, again, we're looking ahead because we can't wait. We're going into this next game thinking we want to beat these guys. We want to go. We want to keep going. So I think that'll be the mentality for the rest of the season.
And you have a chance to win the county title to boot. I know you're looking forward to that as well.
100%, 100%.
Chase, congratulations on a good game. Good luck the rest of the season. I want to thank Chase Miller for joining us for the Player of the Game interview, and that's going to do it for this week's Game of the Week broadcast. I want to extend my thanks to Mike Coons for joining us and Brian Tomes, athletic director here at Westminster, making all this possible for us. So I want to thank everybody for that. Don't forget, we're going to have a Game of the Week for you next week. We're going to give you some more information about that as the days come up. But it'll be a big one next week. County Championship still up for grabs thanks to Liberty's win over Westminster. Be sure to watch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website at CMSportsNet.com. You can watch us on cable channel HD 1072, and you can also follow us on Instagram at CMSportsNet Action. For Chase Miller from Liberty High School, we got the win tonight over Westminster, and Mike Coons, I'm Pat Stetzer saying, and everyone here at CMSportsNet, have a good Friday night, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.